Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie. So what? And that full blazer, Ramon.
Welcome to episode 52 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
So what?
You know my guy over here.
And that full blazer, Ramon.
On the other side, we have... And together we are.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
You like that
It was
shit.
very calming.
It was.
Together we are.
And together we are.
Together we
I
are.
always feel like every single time I'm like, and together we formed.
And yeah.
Dave busts out laughing, and I said it calmer this time.
You did.
And Dave still busted out laughing.
It reminded me of like Stuart Smalley. You remember Stuart Smalley?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
SNL.
The Al Franken SNL character. No, he's like what was he? Was he like a psychiatrist or just like a really nice dude? He's just very.
I wasn't
It
huge
was
on
like a
SNL.
psychiatrist type.
He had
Self-help.
his own. That was one of like the first SNL movies. Was like Stuart Saves His Family. Johnny, do you remember Stuart Saves His Family? Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad somebody did, or else I would have
I
sounded
don't
like
recall if I
dick.
saw it, but I definitely remember it existing.
it was a good time. It was a good time.
Was it really, though?
I mean, when you're a kid, yeah. I mean, you're watching movies. Anytime we get to watch an adult
Yeah,
movie
that's
when you're a
totally-
kid, that's legit.
I mean, if you got to see that, that was like watching a PG-13 movie at under 10 years of age, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was
Oh,
young.
no,
That would
I
be
do
exciting.
remember that
Yeah,
movie.
you remember that. Or maybe you just remember the sketch, because like, there was a lot of fun, and Michael Jordan was on there.
I
and
remember that.
Like,
I
you're
remember
good
that
enough.
movie.
You're smart enough. Gosh darn
Gosh
it, people
darn
like
it,
you.
People like you.
It's a very
Oh,
positive
man.
message.
I don't remember the sketches. I remember this movie, but I was not.
Can we do Stuart Saves This Podcast as the episode title, and then like he's carrying the insensitive culture on his back, like in that image, dude?
I could make that
You
work.
can make that
possibly.
work.
Yeah, I
Alright.
can make that
Let's
work.
see. Let's play it out. Let's see how it goes.
Let's
It's
see
a little
how it
early.
goes.
Shit, it's a little early.
It's a little-
we may change that, as everyone knows. Oh shit! All right, so let me see. What do we have? What do we have for today? What?
Nothing.
No, nothing at
Well,
all.
usually
No,
we start off with a question.
we do actually. We didn't have any submitted again, so just remember, guys.
This technically was submitted because it came from my sister. She sent me that,
Oh.
and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to use this. So
Oh, I like
it was an
I like
an indirect fan submission.
Shout out to your sister for that one. She was an avid listener until
She pops in every now and then. the dad dick didn't dissuade her too much. She still holds it down. She still holds us
we
down.
started talking about your dad's dick, and she quickly fell off. That's
fair.
She's just like, all right.
And then other
Fair
people
enough.
came back. They jumped on the train. They're like, Dave's dad's dick. Let's get on this, dude. You got to check this podcast out.
Yeah,
Bro,
she got replaced.
Before we get into
Got
that
a
question,
hanger.
I need that review from Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah. We'll make that a
in
sticker.
Canada.
We'll make that a sticker.
Oh, I want that on a shirt so bad.
He
I
gets
do.
the first one.
He gets the first one, but I need a clear snapshot of that Canadian
I thought you were
review.
gonna say of that dick. I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen, dude.
yeah.
That's a little.
No,
It's a little out of the
He
question.
might. You never know. He might.
I mean, he might.
You got a big
He
enough
is a
shirt?
fan.
I don't know. I mean, you're a big guy,
He's
but
an
I don't think
OG
it's gonna
fan.
be big enough.
No, he's talking about his dad's.
He's a
dad's
fan
not-
too, no?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
Whatever
sure.
I do, he's a fan, so he's into it. A podcast about your dick being huge, you wouldn't be all about that?
Of course.
Exactly.
Oh shit, he's a fan as much as my parents are. But like, my mom still asks me like, "Pero qué tú estás haciendo?" I don't like. What are you doing? Like, what is
I don't
it?
understand.
What is that?
Your dad was on it, and he still doesn't.
Yeah, no, he still
Exactly.
doesn't know. Oh,
He's
man.
due to come back. By the way, we haven't.
He is due to come back. I'll try to get him into the studio. That'll be rough though.
Yeah.
I want him in the studio. Like you
Yeah.
need to experience my dad like in person. It can't just be over the phone. It'd be great.
Is it going to be like Omar rough, or is it going to be rough?
Actually, it might. No, my dad actually he watches movies.
Okay,
and
yes, I was
he'll
gonna
have
say.
a general knowledge of like certain movies coming out, and
We'll
he'll-
bring up just Robin Williams movies all night. Robin
Oh
just,
yeah, he would fucking love
just not the birdcage, not the birdcage.
Robin Williams movies. any gangster type of movie.
Oh, that's doable. I watch gangster
but
movies.
the reason why I'm so into movies and all of that shit, and I know like
it's because
people's
he made
names,
you watch some sketchy shit when you were a kid, dude.
It was because
Right.
that's his thing. He loves that shit.
Same.
He always has.
I'm gonna do the same with my kids. Boy, girl, doesn't matter. They're gonna watch some wild shit when they're little kids.
tried, dude.
Like, come sit down with daddy. We're gonna watch.
It's still early for your
try.
kids. It's still early.
No, I try. I try to get them to watch Hook. It is very early. I tried to get them to watch Hook recently. They weren't going for it, although it was more Xander had the problem with it because they were both fighting with me. I put it on, like I started it, but it's way too long. And then by like 15 minutes into it, Alani is staring at the screen like she's all into it, and Xander's just not. So I know, like I still have a little bit of influence on there. I'm gonna put him onto some good classics.
Sure.
And but I did do one, and then we'll get to the question because we didn't even ask that yet.
It's all right. We got time.
I did put them on to Little Monsters. It's probably not the best movie to put them on to.
It's a little creepy.
Okay.
It's a little creepy. It
creepy.
gets creepy
That's
towards
a
the end.
good classic.
What's his face, right?
Howie Mandel.
Yes.
Howie Mandel and
He's the blue and Fred Savage.
both Fred and his brother Ben Savage was in there too. Yeah, he played his
Ben
little
too.
brother in that. Yeah,
Forgot
and
about that show.
And Mr. Feeney too. Was Mr. Feeney in it?
Mr. Feeney was not.
That's where I thought you
However,
were going with that. I was like, damn, Oliver. Boy Meets World cast is in this movie.
Topanga, she was in there too.
Ooh, yeah, all right.
Daniel,
Topanga.
what's his name from Home Alone? One of the
Stern.
Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
He plays the father.
Oh, really?
I completely forgot about that.
Damn, he was like a straight man. Like Daniel Stern played the straight. That's crazy.
He played the dad. So.
Did you know? Speaking of Daniel Stern, this is random. Bushwhacked. You remember Bushwhacked, where he was like a felon? He was like a con who ended up like taking these Boy Scouts out to like cover and stuff. He was assisting like the cops.
Brothers.
The Bushwhackers. The Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers were the shit. But
Bushwhackers,
yes.
yeah.
I read
do remember
that was
that.
originally supposed to be like Marv from Home Alone, like his character. That was supposed to be him.
Oh,
like
the actual character?
Yeah, the actual character after he got out of jail for his, Home Alone crimes.
That's interesting.
And it didn't turn out that way. But
Or
still,
can
if you
do a
watch it
universe of Home Alone.
and you think about that, yeah,
Yo, I haven't seen this movie.
he's
in
climbing up the
so
mountain. That's all I can
long.
remember is him climbing. up the
95 this dropped.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, wow. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
12. I was 12
9.
years old. Wild stuff. All right. So let's get to this question. So it was just like a random IG, TV page question. But I like it, and I knew immediately who I would choose. But
I knew too.
Now I'm nervous.
you get sucked into a 90s TV time warp, and you can only live with one family. Who do you choose?
Ooh.
I want to preface this by saying that in the way I read the question is when you get sucked into the TV, like you're part of that family. Like you're not some outsider. Like what is
you're
Locke
in the
doing
family
here?
right now,
you're there. So like it's not because I easily thought of that. I was like, what are they going to think of me? Like what's this dude doing here? Who the fuck is this?
I know why
that's
you're
not
saying
gonna
that,
be
'cause
fun.
you're probably picking the same one.
No, that's not who I'm picking.
All right. Well, then let's start with you. Go ahead.
No, so I mean, just from the picture, can we read off do you have the picture there?
I don't know.
Hold on, I have it.
But it was like your normal, it was like Home Improvement,
Full
Family
House.
Matters, Full House, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like it was just like the whole list of 90s families. I think
Roseanne was
on there, and was Married with Children.
Married
was on
with
there
Children.
too.
Yeah. And so so my first reaction was Married with Children.
Isn't Married with Children more 80s than 90s?
It was
still-
early
It
90s.
still was rocked in the 90s because I remember watching that shit.
That was
I guess
early
it made it
90s.
through, yeah.
I thought the Bundys because I thought they're not strict. Like I could chill and have a good time, but they were so poor, dude. They never had any they never had any money. It was always like hard times, dude. And I didn't want to struggle.
I want to throw this out there though. They started in 87 and ended in 97, so a 10-year run. So
Okay.
they can,
Holy
they
shit.
can qualify for a
7 years in the
97.
90s. Yeah, baby.
97. I don't remember it lasting that
Wow.
long, but
And I was still only like 11, dude. Like I was still young when that shit ended.
Yo, my dad used to love that show.
It was
We used to
great.
watch that shit all the time.
Same. I did
It was
too.
great.
I did too.
I never understood why he would not want to fuck Peggy because she was so hot to me. I never understood it.
I always thought Kelly.
Well, yeah, obviously,
I always
Kelly.
wanted to bang Kelly, and I guess Peg Bundy was. I was maybe a little young for Peg Bundy at the time when I was watching
but
it.
I mean, obviously, Kelly's hot. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's obvious. But we noticed, like, the mom and shit. She had a dope ass body. Like she was. You know, Peggy was dope.
Peggy was
she
dope.
she was a dope older woman, and I used to be like,
dope.
yo, why
She
the
was
fuck?
a total like
Why wouldn't you
early
want
on
to?
MILF, right?
He's been married to
exactly.
her for so long. He's sick of
exactly
smashing
it.
her, dude. Like that's what happens.
They're
when you
high
get-
school sweethearts, and I'm just like, fuck, like.
It just annoys
Yeah,
the shit out of
now
him.
I get it. Yeah, now I get it.
Super annoying.
Yeah.
So I think I picked. Who did I pick? Because I wasn't gonna go Full House because they're too wholesome. I didn't want to fucking all that bullshit. Like I wouldn't fit in there. I think I went the Taylors. I think I picked like Home Improvement.
Nice.
Because I mean, like
Yeah,
you
I
know,
could fuck with
it wasn't too wholesome. Like they got into some trouble over there, and Tim seemed like a cool dad.
Sure.
And I don't know, Wilson having a dope neighbor. I don't know. I thought that
he
was
would always
that
he,
was
he always kept that shit like live though.
right. No,
with all
exactly.
With
all his explosions and his
inventions
dope
shit.
cars and shit. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
And I was gonna say Fresh Prince too, but then I thought it would just be weird if I lived with if a black family took me in and I was staying. Because I mean, like they got money.
You remember
That's
that
dope.
one episode though where they had that one white dude and
What happened?
I just
That
remember
one
the-
episode
or
with that
something?
one
What
white
happened?
kid.
I'm having a hard time.
vaguely-
Regis Philbin. That's all I remember.
I vaguely remember there was an episode I completely forgot because it's been so many years, but there was an episode where there was a white kid who was coming in all the time and they were like friends and he was like starting to become a part of the family and they were kind of like weird about him.
Really? Yeah. See, that
Yeah.
would have been me.
And then in the end, it was a life lesson because they judged
Don't
him
hang
way
out with
too
white-
early.
Oh, I was gonna say the life lesson
They
was don't
judged
hang
him
out
way
with
too
white
early.
people.
So you know, there was that one, and it wasn't anybody. He kind of looked like Andrew Schultz a little bit, but I don't think it was him, so
Okay.
it's not even worth mentioning. But no, I'll answer that, and I immediately thought I would definitely be a part of the Fresh Prince family. Puerto Rican's not too far off,
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
you'd be all right.
they were light enough. Like they like the Winslows, they're too dark for you. I don't feel like you would fit in there.
Yeah,
They'd question it. They'd be like, Harriet. He was from the first Harriet.
Yeah,
he was
I
the
mean-
first Harriet's son. This is not the second one.
I mean, the second Harriet was light skinned,
Yeah,
so I
that's
think
right, yeah.
I think it would be.
The second-
I'd be
she was
a little
fucking
bit
around.
better.
She was fucking around.
But like, well, why does he speak Spanish?
Why does he speak?
No, but Fresh Prince, 100%. Like I
And just chilling with
had
Will. You'd be chilling with Will all
chilling
the
with
time.
Will,
That'd be dope.
Carlton, making fun of Carlton all the time. Like it would have been a great.
Yeah,
great,
Jeffrey to just fuck around with, just busting balls with Jeffrey. Yeah, dude, it'd be a good time. If I were a different person, that would be for me. But
a second one though, that it's funny that you said that because the second one I would have chosen the Taylor family.
really, nice.
Really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Home Improvement. That was
I
my show.
downloaded the whole season like 3 weeks ago for somebody that asked me to add it to my Plex, and Joyce had run out of shit to watch, so she's been watching Home Improvement for the last like 2 weeks.
Yo, it was Home Improvement was the shit. I used
It's
to love
actually
that
pretty
show.
funny. Yeah.
Hell yeah, no, it is, dude. That was very
She'd never
funny.
seen it. She was totally against it. Like she was like,
wow.
"Nah, I don't want to watch it." And I was like, "You've never seen Tim the Toolman
Classic.
Taylor? What do
That's
you mean?"
Classic.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
know.
I love it.
They're bringing back a show on the History Channel. I watch a lot of the History Channel because I still am like the only person with actual cable.
Right.
So it's gonna be Tim Allen and Richard Karn, dude. They're coming back for like this Tool Time-esque show
Oh.
That's
where
funny.
it's like a competition show. It's called like Assembly Required or something like that. So I'm guessing like people
They're-
build shit and put shit together.
Right.
Or
Hopefully
do
they don't
something
get
funny,
too
but-
crazy on the Home Improvement shtick.
Nah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I can't. Fuck.
I just hate when they're if they're not the characters. Like when they start, they're actually like the actors, and then they're
Yeah.
playing the shtick. Like they say all the same shit that they used to say on that shit is just super fucking corny.
No, I think it's sort of meta where they're like, oh yeah, remember we had that show? Like, I feel like they reference it and they joke about it and laugh about it. So it's not like they're trying to suck you back in. Like, hey, this is like Tool Time. Come watch this.
Yeah.
Which is good. Because Tool Time was terrible. Let's be honest, that was a bad show.
Yeah,
Dude, that was
a
not
bad
a good.
show.
Not have been on for as long as it was.
I'll let Johnny answer this question, and then I'll throw in
yeah.
another one.
I just saw that. It was on
Yeah.
TV yesterday. I was happened to be watching that. They were playing it on VH1 of all places.
Well, now that he commented on the shit, I'll mention it. I'd probably another one just to kind of throw out there is I'd be on the Wayans Brothers. I'd be a part of that family. Pop, 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 sugar, pop.
What about sister?
Kind of.
I changed my answer.
I don't remember it enough to be like I would want to be a part of their family.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a part of their family because I would want to be in an extended family that visits every now and then because they're pretty hot. Tia and Tamara.
It's true. It's true.
You'd want to be the neighbor.
I would want to be. I would want to be Roger.
Too tempted.
trying to smash all the time.
I feel like he did. I feel like eventually he got it.
I think eventually he did too. Probably both at the same time. Marcus Houston, shout out to you, bro.
Was he in a band? What was a group? What was
he was. Yeah, he was an immature, and then he had his own solo career for a while.
That's right. I remember that. I remember seeing the videos. To be like, that's Roger.
Yeah, that's Roger.
That's Roger.
No, actually, he was in House Party as like when he was really little.
A kid.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't remember a kid in House Party.
As immature. It was like House Party 2 or 3.
Oh yes, I do remember when they came in. They got introduced as like a new band or some shit.
Yeah, and they had to like take care of him throughout the shit. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, they were like they had to be like 10, 11. Like they were really little.
It was Martin Lawrence. I forgot about not Martin Short. Martin Short wasn't in
Martin
House
Short
Party.
wasn't.
Which would be dope, by the way. I mean, he's dope in anything.
I mean, I fuck with Martin Short. I just don't think
did you watch Clifford? You remember
I did watch Clifford. Oh, such a weird fucking movie.
Great. It's a great movie. Charles Grodin.
Shit.
Underrated.
Johnny, answer this question for us.
Who are you living with?
You know, I'm looking through all these different 90s sitcoms, and there was actually quite a lot. There's a whole bunch we didn't mention, like Roseanne.
No, the Connors were in the original. I said the Connors at the beginning.
Connors are in there.
They were another
Connors,
poor.
Yeah,
they were another poor family. I wouldn't mind
being there, but that would just be more fun.
More depressing.
No, that's not one that I would move to. Definitely.
In Illinois, they were somewhere in like Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at all these shits. There's not really anything that like the shit that I was watched so much growing up was probably like Full House and Growing Pains and The Cosby Show. I would say those three are the most that I was in the early 90s. Like
I knew you would say Growing Pains for some reason.
Was that
I saw a lot of Growing
the
Pains.
Seaver family?
The Seavers,
yeah, the Seavers out in Long Island.
What was the Michael J. Fox one where he was like a little Republican dick?
That was Family Ties.
Family Ties. I remember watching Family. And
Charles
that was more
80s. I think he was out of the...
those were definitely 80s.
Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge was 80s.
Charles in Charge definitely the 80s.
Too.
Yeah, definitely watched a lot of that. I think in the 90s I saw a lot of Growing Pains. Mike Seaver living up in his garage apartment. I thought that was kind of cool.
that was
maybe
fire.
that. If not the Cosby Show, I would say that. I mean, the Cosby Show I like just because. They lived in a brownstone in Brooklyn, and they were like a New York family.
Can you imagine how much that shit would cost?
Yeah. He was a doctor, though. He had that doctor.
Yeah, he had it. He had his office downstairs. Like, he was chilling.
Yeah, they had patients there, right? Didn't people like his? Yeah. People actually showed up. That's crazy. Up to his house.
And he was an OBGYN, so that means girls were going in there and getting in the
like
stirrups
pussy in his office.
basement.
The whole house just smells like pussy all day.
Doesn't it just make sense that that's what Bill Cosby was doing? He's looking at mad old vagina.
Oh shit!
in his basement.
I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the one reason why I wouldn't want to be a part of that family.
Because you know the whole time. You have
The
that
whole
knowledge,
family
you just take that
knows.
with
He'll just have his friends write prescriptions for
Right,
for
exactly.
different shit.
My God.
Drugging people left and right. Fuck. And you want to be a part of this family?
No, that's why
fucking piece of shit.
I think
Ricky and
I'd
Devo.
probably move to Long Island and hang out with the Seavers.
nice and chill,
Word.
low key.
Yeah.
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 The
That's
Seavers.
not a bad.
Johnny living with the Seavers.
He would fit
I want
right
to see.
in.
I want to see that
He would fit
episode. I
right
want to
in,
see it.
actually. Johnny's
The Hogan
one of those.
family was in the 90s.
Johnny's one of those guys. He's one of those Hispanics that's light enough and
I could blend in. Either
he's
way.
well spoken. Like people don't even like. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
You don't
when
pick
he
up
goes,
any.
"My
There's
name,"
no Hispanic anything in there when Johnny talks.
when he says his last
Unless
name.
he wants
says
you to hear it.
Marave.
It comes out if he wants you to hear it. If he doesn't, there's nothing. There's no hint of it at all.
He can definitely blend in, and he'll just say some random ass white name. And
Right. That's why I also blend in with the Cosbys.
Mike Seaver.
Yeah,
My name's
that's true.
Mike Seaver. Nice to meet you. I like New York City soccer.
My name is Jonathan Seaver. Look at that. That even fits in it. My name is Jonathan Seaver.
Seaver. John Seaver. John Seaver. Nice
John
to meet. It's like
Seaver.
Matter of
Tom
fact, I
Ace.
think wasn't that his little brother's name?
What?
I think it was
Probably.
Jonathan.
John, probably. Sounds like an 80s name.
Was that the show?
Oh no, that was Who's the Boss. They had a little.
Oh,
little
that's
kid.
right.
Yeah,
That's
Jonathan
right.
was Who's the Boss.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Growing Pains was early Leo DiCaprio, right?
Yes,
I feel like
he
did
I
show-
think that
he
was his
like
first.
a friend or something.
Yeah, he was like a runaway kid or something like that. That
Yup,
they
and they brought him
he
in.
moved in.
Fuck.
That
He
was
was done
that
their
was,
first season or
yeah.
some shit.
I think it was like back then they were like whenever he worked with like directors, they would see him and be like, yo, this kid is gonna be a star.
Yeah,
Even back then.
Yeah.
So
I think that was one of the like for that time. That was one of the most pivotal emotional episodes. People would call back to it on how he played this character of it. Like this is what Hollywood pictured as a poor broke runaway kid was this young blonde white boy with blue eyes. You smudge a little dirt on his face and suddenly
little dirt.
they were
he's from a freaking homeless shelter.
yeah, because there were no showers in the homeless shelters.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Let's start talking about some dumb shit. No, not some dumb shit, but we'll get into just like some popular conversations, I guess. Fucking yo, what's up with that? We have to talk. We talk about it in the group chat and everything, but what's up with that with Lil Uzi Vert's fucking diamond on his forehead, dude? I saw another video. So for those of you who aren't following the latest pop culture shit, Lil Uzi Vert put a $24 million fucking like stone embedded in his forehead. Why?
How?
Yes. Why? And how?
I'm assuming it's like a I'm assuming it's like a
Yeah,
dermal. 'cause they've been doing
explain that
for a
dermal
while.
piercing you were talking about. How does that work?
So I don't know exactly how it works. All I know is that like dermal piercings were popular probably about 10, 15 years ago, where instead of it being like a straight up piercing, they'll take a stone. And again, I don't really know the procedure, but they would literally cut like a hole in your skin and implant this into your skin. So when it heals, it sits there. So a lot of people had like dermals. I remember at the time, remember we would do the iPod Nanos for a watch.
Yeah.
I remember that was like one of the things, like someone went viral on what we called the internet back then because he implanted dermal magnets in his wrist and then clicked that. And then he put that in there.
Smart.
So So
Smart.
then he had the watch. he had the watch
Good for
without
him.
needing a strap and whatnot. So,
Oh
so
yeah, I
it's the
see
same
it.
concept.
This dude is tripping.
It's the same concept, except on his forehead and a much bigger fucking hole. So if he decides, like, yo, all
gonna have
right,
big
So he
ass
got
hole in
magnets
his
on his
shit.
forehead?
I don't think so. No, I think this dude had the magnets. He implanted he did the dermal piercing with magnets to do the iPod,
Yeah.
the iPod Nano. That's what that guy did.
Oh,
But what dermals actually are, it's just literally like an earring without the stem, and it just gets implanted into your skin. But when they decide
quite
they
the
don't want
scar.
that anymore, they just have like a fucking a
hole
skull. Yeah, they have a hole, like a scar there, and it just kind of like goes over.
didn't
So
even
I'm
look
assuming
dope.
it's the same thing. Like they just make a hole in your fucking head. They place that there surgically, essentially, and it just kind of heals around this stone. Why do you need a $24 million? First of all, if you have to make payments on a $24 million
To sit in your
stone
forehead.
for the past 10 years just to kind of put it on your forehead, you probably shouldn't have done it in the first place. But
yeah.
he's a rapper. Rappers find different ways to flex.
Creative ways to flex, yes.
Yeah, like fucking remember
Honey buns in the Louis Vuitton bag?
it's that was a gift. That wasn't a flex. But
I couldn't afford it.
no, but rappers have been doing that shit for years, right? Where they knock out essentially knock out all of their teeth,
Right.
and then have it replaced with.
I was just gonna
straight
say
up
that it's
diamonds.
almost
grills.
on that level. Like when you say like who would do this kind of ridiculousness, like who would file their teeth down to nubs in order to replace it with diamond fake teeth, like people with literal metal in their mouth. Like I didn't realize that that's what people were doing.
they were
Until I
grills.
seen somebody that I know that got it done, and I just decided to research the process, and I was like, wait a minute, so you don't have no more teeth, bro?
All right.
Like your teeth are actually gone? What is wrong with you? Why would you do this?
They had perfectly healthy teeth, and they're like, nah, not for me.
Right. No, I mean,
They were
it's a cultural
probably
thing, honestly.
damaged teeth
They were
anyway,
decent
but
health.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing.
I guess you could always replace them with like Hollywood teeth later, right?
that's what Hollywood does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Except they don't do it with
They
With
just
the
gold
bling.
and
normal
fucking
implants,
diamond.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Implants
don't
are
wanna-
like $50K, dude, for like a whole set, dude. Like if your shit's fucked up or you need to get new shit.
Yeah,
like,
but that one they literally like remove all of your teeth.
Yeah.
It has to heal, close up, and then they have to like
they
drill
put the little
holes,
screw
and then
in there. and they
essentially you
fucking
have
screw it on there.
essentially.
Mm.
And I don't even think that they can do that with like every single one of your teeth. So in
now
that
they don't
case,
they
you-
don't
you
do
need a
that style no
denture.
more.
Yeah, you need a denture. In order to do
Now
that.
now they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it like the way that they do the Hollywood caps or whatever. Like they straight up take your like so that way it's not a 2-week 3-week process or whatever. It's like a
Yeah.
4-hour process. They
file
just
your shit down.
they
right?
file your teeth down until they're all little spikes. Like they're skinny little spikes, and you no longer have teeth. And then they place this thing on top of them, and they glue that shit down and drill that in, and now you have these teeth. That's it. Like it's
And
a
that's
straight
why-
full mouth.
That's why they
cap
say
that they put on top. That the
You still
other
gotta
style
brush
where
'em?
they
You still gotta
take
brush
all
'em,
your
yeah.
teeth out, and then they do the
yeah,
little
screws.
screws and that like 2-3 week thing. That's actually like a cheaper process. It's
Okay.
more expensive to do this like 4-hour file your shit down and
Well,
anyways,
remember when
they're all
Kanye did
retarded.
Yeah. Remember when Kanye did it, he knocked out his entire like the front row of his bottom half of his teeth and got it had a platinum and diamond like implant.
Mhm.
And they asked him why. He was just like, cuz rappers
you
do
can.
fly shit.
Rappers do flash shit.
Rappers do fly shit. It was like some stupid ass fucking explanation like that. But anyway, to go right back to why someone like Uzi would do that, because it's a cultural thing, man.
Yeah.
You find the weirdest fucking ways to flex. However,
Now, if somebody else does it now, like
And by
after
culture,
him, then I'll be
I'm
impressed.
assuming you mean hip hop culture, not black culture.
yeah, hip hop culture. Yup.
Yeah.
Hip hop
Yeah, let's
culture.
say that's not African culture.
No. Because there's, I mean, like Paul Wall is he's part of hip hop culture,
Right.
and that's what he does. He has the whole grill. Like that's
Is
his
he
whole
still
persona.
around?
He sells that shit. Yeah, he's the one who like he has a business even back then.
Yeah.
That's what he was known for.
And he's still
He
around
was the
doing
grill
that?
guy, and then he just became a rapper, and he became successful rapper at that. But he's still around doing that shit.
Paul
down
Wall.
south, the down south hood culture, man. The hip hop culture down south, that is still very much alive. That the whole grill shit.
Bubba Sparks.
Yeah.
Bubba
All of
Sparks.
them.
Bubba
Every single one of
Sparks.
Bubba Sparks.
That's just, but it's real
Call
big
it
in the
Park,
south.
Bubba Spark.
I don't even know where Uzi Vert's from, but that shit, all that shit
I
spills.
think he's from
Wakanda.
Indiana or some shit, or Philadelphia. I don't know.
Hmm.
He's from I think he's from the Midwest,
He's a weird
I don't
dude in
know.
general.
West Coast.
He's
I don't know.
Weird dude in general, and that just I don't know, man. I
He's
wouldn't
not from
want
Rochester.
He's definitely not. But I don't know. I wouldn't want that much attention on me, especially now, like with the $24 million. Like
Someone's
and it's
just gonna
out
come
there,
up and
like,
just
how
rip that
much?
shit out. Thanos him,
That's-
like in all the
that's
memes.
been all
the memes,
That's,
yeah.
yeah.
Like somebody's gonna see him, and now no matter where he goes, he has to pay for extra like security to make sure that
It's like
somebody
walking
doesn't
around with a $24
blow his
million
fucking head
bill
off
on
for
your
this
face.
$24 million like jewel.
Mm.
It's wild.
More anxiety. I don't know how they do it. Such
So,
an anxious dude.
yeah, I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that. But then again, I wouldn't want any of that fucking attention.
I'd rather just have the money.
Yeah.
Just put it in my bank account, flex that way. Put my
Right.
bank receipt, my fucking just right on my forehead. Be like, yeah, look at that. Somebody snatches it. I don't give a fuck.
I could do
I
what I
got
want.
money.
I could do what I want. Well,
Mhm.
$24 million can't technically.
I
can't
mean,
do
you
what
could
want.
you could pretty
But
much
I-
get
but I
You
Yeah,
can
damn
nice.
do
close
what
to
the
do
fuck
doing
you
what you
want
want.
for 24 mil.
As long as what you want is under that $24 million budget, you're good.
Oh shit.
You
I
could
could do
fly
what
to
I
the
want. I don't
fucking. You could fly to space for less than 24 mil.
I don't want to do anything that would cost more than $24 million, so I would be good, at least for a while.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Super Bowl weekend was this weekend. How did y'all enjoy that? know
I fully
Johnny-
fucking
Johnny-
enjoyed it.
He's a Tampa fan right there. Yo, that shit was wild. I saw all the people that were just like partying in Tampa.
Did they get wild after? Were they
I
like
seen
burning
your,
shit
I
down?
seen
Were they
bro- a
rioting?
video of your brother. Seen fucking Danny walking down 7th Avenue in Ybor.
Was he?
Danny, was he lighting shit on
Yeah.
fire?
I seen him out there, no mask on.
Oh,
They don't wear
damn.
masks out there. They don't
Exactly.
require
Fuck
you-
Florida.
spell
I
mask
almost
down there.
went. I really almost went. I really wanted to go. Obviously, as if anyone has been watching these YouTube videos, which not many of you are, but I've been rocking Tampa Bay gear for the last couple of weeks. I've been a Tampa fan for mad long, about 99-ish when I used to live down there. And so I really, wanted to go down. I said earlier, if the Bucks made the bowl, I would go. And as soon as I did, and I looked at, or as soon as we made it, and I looked at the prices, the fucking Super Bowl tickets was just
Yeah, it's
like they're already ridiculous. But when you limit the amount of people that could go, they was even 3 times as expensive. Like nosebleeds for $10,000 and up. No, I'm
Damn.
good.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
wild.
But I was like, well, fuck that. I'll buy a parking lot pass and chill out and tailgate and fucking wild out,
Nah, you can't watch the game out
yeah,
there
that's just
on
wild.
your phone
But
grilling.
it wasn't even that. It's just, I was
Joyce
shook.
wasn't having that.
I was shook with the COVID, man. I know these fuckers out there ain't wearing no mask. They just wilding the fuck out. There's
Florida parking
Yeah.
lot.
yeah, exactly.
Bad news written all over
Anything
it.
with Florida is
news.
bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they no. Danny tells me all. I mean, he takes his precautions and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like when they go out, they go out. They have a good time, and nobody's worried about that shit. And he explained to me in Florida, there's like nobody gives a shit. Like
We know.
They just don't.
We've watched the news for the past year. We know that they don't give a shit.
They do not give a shit.
I
I do.
What'd you think?
I want to live.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think about that Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer that dropped during the Super Bowl?
I
saw that. I don't know, man. Some people are not fucking with it. I know a couple of my boys are just like, I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm thinking that's gonna be.
I wasn't really looking forward to WandaVision, and look how that shit turned out.
Yeah, I was
right. We're breaking it down.
I was least looking forward to WandaVision, honestly. Of all the new shows and shit
Right.
they announced, I was like,
Same.
Then Pilger talked about it a minute ago, and then obviously we've been watching
like,
it, and it's fucking. I can't imagine my life without it right now. Like, it's all I hold on to. It gets me through the week.
It's been so fucking good, man. It's been so fucking good. I can't wait to talk about it later.
No, for sure. But that's the same exact with me. I before we talked to Pilger about it, and I think even before that, Wak had mentioned some leaks and shit that came out about how it's supposed to be connected to Doctor Strange and all that shit. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe I'll give this WandaVision shit a shot. So if that's the case, and WandaVision turned out to be so ill and so connected to the MCU, that's how I feel that Falcon Winter Soldier is going to be. Like, we're going to see some shit happen in there, and it's going to somehow bleed into something else, and it's going to answer other questions. Maybe we'll finally find out what the fuck really happened with Cap when he did the weird time jump, and is this in the alternate universe and all of that shit. I really feel like so far Disney, Marvel Studios have not dropped the ball on the Disney Plus series.
No, not at all. And I said it early on, man, if Mandalorian, like the amount of detail that Disney was putting into like the Mandalorian,
right?
Who at the time, it was like Star Wars. Star Wars was kind of spiraling.
Yeah.
After that last trilogy, they put all of their focus and money on that, and the amount of detail and accurate, like the storylines for the man. If that was any indicator, these shows they're all gonna fuck.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was feeling like.
That's true.
And and for Falcon and Winter Soldier, the things that I liked that I took away from this last trailer, one, we saw them both holding on to Cap's shield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you could see that there's always been some sort of playful animosity between the two, which is already already
buddy
good.
Cop thing. It feels like a buddy cop sort of loose premise.
Exactly.
That they're both lovable, but one's a hard ass and one's
one just does what he fucking wants. Right. The other one is a little bit more structured.
It's like a Lethal Weapon type of situation. It's like a Marvel Lethal Weapon. That's what I'm going with.
I'm but the things I'm excited about is the action. Like, and I said that like to my boy, I was just like, yo, this is like, it's gonna be like how Captain America was to the MCU these past 10 years, right? Cap, the first one was whatever. I didn't, obviously it's introducing the character and whatnot, but what it developed into was the main storyline for like the Avengers movies. Like the biggest movies that came out from these last 10 years was the Captain America movies, and it was the ones that were the most action packed. Like, we looked forward to Civil War, Winter Soldier, Civil War was fucking amazing. That set up the whole thing for Infinity War and Endgame and everything. Like, those were the movies, the most action packed movies. So now this is kind of taking that, and yes, it's not outdated formula, but it was a formula that was working. Now they're going to start venturing into new characters and all of that shit. And that's why we're seeing this go into a TV show. And those action-packed sequences, like all of those dope-ass scenes that we would see in the Captain America movies, that's what I'm expecting from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Right. And they've already confirmed Don Cheadle is going to, be War Machine.
Nice.
Yeah, he's coming back as War Machine on the show. So I'm looking forward to it. And this last trailer was dope.
It's all connected, which is beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's basically like you're saying, like it's allowing them to dive in deeper into these stories and storylines, right? And really giving expansion into what we already know and love. So it's super exciting.
And the trailer looked dope. I mean, all the shit.
Looked
but
good.
like,
Really
I remember watching the WandaVision trailer, obviously before we watched the show and had any context for it. And I was like, no, that looks kind of weird and scattered. And now with the context, you're like, holy fuck, dude. So I'm thinking once we get context to all that dope Winter Soldier Falcon shit we saw, like, it's going to be insane, dude.
Oh, it's going
to be wild. And like
I said earlier, it's picking right up after it's starting up right after WandaVision, right? After we lose WandaVision.
And then that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like it rolls like pretty much right after. And, you know, WandaVision was fire. And I told Walker earlier, I was like, you know, until Disney Plus and Marvel give us a reason not to think that these are going to be dope, like I'm just assuming they're going to all be fire, dude.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, it could be good and it could be bad because I mean,
right.
I hope
it could
I
be.
hope they're fire.
We could get Netflix marveled, right? Where we get Daredevil,
CW,
and we're
we
like,
get that
yo, this is all going to be
CW
sick.
feel.
And then we got Luke Cage, and it was like, okay, this is not terrible. And then we got Jessica Jones, and it was like,
yeah. However, in the defense of, not really the defense of those, but the differences right here is that these shows are directly tied to the movies. Whereas Daredevil and all of that was in the same universe. They would mention these events.
To be fair, the first season of Daredevil was supposed to eventually lead into
the movies.
into the Defenders being a part of the MCU. I think it was when they dropped Jessica Jones that it was like, yeah, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, because that was more of it was.
I don't think Marvel was as involved as they should have been.
And a lot of that was violent. There was fucking, like, that's not Marvel.
I enjoyed, I was not a full hater of Jessica Jones. I was not a full-on hater of it. It was very slow. They got too much into the fact that she's a private investigator, and it felt just like that. What's the job of a private investigator? Sitting in a car and observing people. So we're watching a show about someone with superpowers, essentially sitting in random fucking fire escapes, observing people.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, just to kind of bring it back to this, these are directly tied to the movie, so there's no way that we're gonna get
that's what makes
those
them good.
type of shows.
You're right.
Of yeah,
that's why they're getting a pass right off the bat. We haven't even seen them, and they're like, it's gonna be dope, dude. I don't say that about just about anything.
Yeah, and Loki looks fire.
And Loki looks for sure.
Loki looks the sickest. So that's probably the one I'm most hyped for is for Loki.
Yeah.
Right, but the reason why we're so fucking hyped for it is it's literally like we saw that from the first trailer. Like, okay, the action and everything, quite honestly, looks on par with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But why are we really hyped? Because it literally picks up directly from the scene where we last saw Loki in Endgame.
Bounces, with the stone.
And that's where we're hyped. It's like, oh, it's really continuing this story. Oh my God, this looks so great.
Smart.
So I think that's really what's bringing all of these down is we love the development that we've gone through these past 10 years. And then with Infinity War and Endgame, it was so good. And now like we're just seeing it continue. And that is enough that we're having a blast with it. Because even the first couple of episodes of WandaVision,
I'm loving this world that Kevin Feige's built for us.
Right. I'm really loving that. But that was my point with like the WandaVision. Everybody was like kind of on the fence, but the second it falls right in line with something that we knew from the movies, it was like
when they start showing people coming back from the snap,
everybody's like, oh shit,
me.
Oh shit. So
yeah,
I think that's where everybody is. Like they're really just going forward. Like they're really loving the continuation of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't know shit about what's going to happen. So we're all looking forward to that. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier, to me, that shit is going to be
trailer, yeah.
so fucking good. And we're probably going to have to do episodes like immediately after it drops and just drop that as a secondary like
Ooh. It's going to be that good. Damn.
Well,
We've
I'm
been
not
saying
talking
that about every show, though.
we have been saying that. Now I'm a little more structured, so we could possibly make that happen for like a for like a TV show run. Now that I can,
Let's do it
we
remotely.
could schedule it. We could
We
schedule
got a little bit
some
more
shit
flex with the schedule. Got you.
we do. We have a little bit more flex, and I think that the closer that we can get to the actual airing of the show and talking about it, and then dropping a video for that.
Because there's people that release
help.
WandaVision shit like minutes after the episode
Oh,
ends.
yeah.
Like they're fucking
Yeah.
reacting to it while
Yeah,
they're
the
watching
reaction
it live
episodes,
and shit,
yeah.
dude. And like
No,
they're
but
on it, dude. So if you're not, it's just like, oh yeah, we saw this in this.
I
dude's
like
video
for
over
us to
here.
talk about it and release something like right when it's fresh in everyone's mind, rather than we drop it the day before the new episode drops, and then everything that we talked about was
because it's
either
been like
debunked or you know what I mean. It's
5
like
days
because
since
it's
I've
been like
watched
so
it.
long. So
Yeah.
we may have to do that. I guess we don't have to do that with WandaVision because we're already like halfway through the fucking series.
Well,
but
we did that with Westworld because we would throw out some wild shit and then the episode
Right.
would air that night and be like, nah, you guys are fucking stupid. That wasn't even
Right.
close. So it's like damned
we'll-
if you do, damned if you don't.
We'll iron out the details and then we'll probably do that because I wanna get some shit out there a little bit closer to when it drops
Yeah.
so that we could freshen our mind. Let's talk about
Yeah.
it. Let's release some shit and have our fans actually dive in
We
with
got to
us
have
so that we can
Steve
do that.
and Fresh. We got to do it all remotely. We got to figure a way where we can just
Yeah.
get on the phone, get on the computer right after the episode, and just
We could do that.
put something together.
Yeah, we could figure that shit out.
yeah.
It could be
I would
audio
be-
only, whatever. Or no. I would,
We could
I
do a
would
video
have to
too. We
video.
could.
We just
I
do
could-
all
I
like
could
Brady
pull it
Bunch
together.
style.
Yeah,
Brady
just
Bunch
you know,
style?
the three bars on the 3 pillars on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, we could do it live. We could
Yeah,
do
that's
it
what I
live and just record it. Yeah,
Like a Friday night thing.
Mhm.
That'd
Yeah.
be special. I like that.
that'd be great.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that
Ooh,
idea.
Play-Doh
All right.
snakes.
Maybe we
Play-Doh
test that
snakes.
out this week. We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay
that'd
tuned,
be dope.
guys.
That'd be dope.
All right.
Stay tuned. All right. So, a little bit more news. Have you guys been keeping up with the Borderlands? I remember we talked about like that they're actually making a Borderlands movie.
I'm playing the games.
I've never played the games. I'm familiar with the games. I don't know the characters. However, there have been
Characters are wild, dude.
there have been some announcements when it comes to like the casting, and it's
weird.
It's weird. It's
Kate
very
Blanchett. Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. So Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart,
Kevin Hart, and there was one other random person.
and
wasn't
just
there?
now they within the last day or so they announced that Jamie Lee Curtis
Jamie Lee
is
Curtis, that's right.
tied as another person on.
Those are all 3 really good additions, typically to a movie.
But it's so weird.
Yeah,
like the
they're
3,
different. They're so just like
they're all different.
different genres.
Kate Blanchett is like amazing at like dramas.
She's like a serious.
yeah.
She was in
Kevin
Thor.
Hart is Kevin Hart.
That's true. That's
She
true.
was,
She
yeah.
was what? Hella.
Yeah, in the
I
best
feel like
Thor.
Hella was sexy.
Yeah, so
that
she
just me,
she
or was
crushed
Hella
that
sick?
role,
He's like,
and it was
she did.
more of an action.
You're not wrong. You're not
Kind
wrong.
of
That's a good
dramatic.
callback.
She played the role dramatically, right? But
Mhm.
the overall feeling of the flick was still comedy action. So it could very well work out, right? Like Jamie Lee
play
Curtis
out.
is known for her horror shit, and Kevin Hart comedic relief. I have
Well,
no
Jamie Lee
idea
Curtis
what
has
it's going
been
to
in
be
comedies too.
like. Yeah, you're right. True Lies
know?
was kind of a comedy, right?
that
True
was
Lies was the
definitely a
shit.
comedy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
Trading
funny
Places
parts.
was definitely
Trading
a
Places, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll
Freaky
see.
Friday?
I don't know.
Freaky Friday.
Friday,
She was
yeah.
with-
Freaky
Lindsay
Friday.
I love that she's making her way back to Hollywood now after these Halloween movies are becoming more successful.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the last one.
Yeah, it was good. The real one with Jamie Curtis. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
where
there was
they
all the
ignored
other-
everything else.
Yes. They did the Terminator treatment where they were like, fuck all that other bullshit for the last 20 years.
Yep,
We're picking up right here, baby. This is where we need to be. And it was dope.
They picked up directly after part 2 because that was her storyline. They thank God they ignored like Halloween H2O.
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
With LL Cool J.
Which one was in space? There was...
No, it was Jason.
Oh,
in space.
Jason.
It was Jason.
Yeah,
Jason
yeah,
X.
Those got wild too,
Jason
though, dude. They
X.
all got wild, dude. The fucking Freddy movies got wild. They all got out of control.
Got real fucking
do you remember like
I mean-
Freddy's Final Nightmare? It was like a meta, like
Anything
there
that
was like
goes
the
past
actors.
4 is
So bad.
anything that goes
It's
past
so
4
bad.
is going to be a problem. Like
Anything
just look
that
at
goes
the
past
Fast and
3
Furious
is-
movies.
That's true. Oh my God, those are.
They're fucking crazy.
I haven't seen a Fast and Furious movie, I think, since past like 6 or 7.
What about Hobbs and Shaw?
I did watch Hobbs and Shaw.
He watches the spin-offs.
That's because my girl really loves. She loves The Rock. She loves Idris Elba.
Bet she does.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that Vin Diesel wasn't
Almost
in
said
part 2.
something stupid. I almost said something real fucking stupid. But no, we did watch Hobbs and Shaw. It was,
I saw Hobbs and Shaw. It was just action bullshit.
It's just an
good.
action bullshit movie. It's whatever.
I watched
That's
Skyscraper,
pretty
dude.
much-
I watched
did see that.
Skyscraper with The Rock.
I did
dude.
see
Yeah.
that. What's
Saw
the
that
one?
too.
Rampage too.
Rampage.
Remember that?
I didn't watch
Rampage, yeah.
Rampage.
I did
I
watch
couldn't do it.
Rampage.
I couldn't do it. I said nope.
I saw Rampage. That was
Pretty
pretty
sure
I'm
I
out
either
at the
saw that in the
monkey.
theater or with the drinking game.
Hopefully it was the latter.
good. So with like movies like Rampage that are based on video games,
Right.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Sure, like whatever. But there's no storyline to
Right.
No.
Rampage.
No, not at all.
These are So they literally just made a movie in regards to animals, like mutated animals, just
Yeah.
destroying the world. Like, fine, whatever. They just added that brand to it. Who gives a shit? It was a rock movie. It was an action packed rock movie.
It was
That's it.
totally an AMC Pass movie for me.
What about
Yeah.
San Andreas?
I
Yeah,
saw
saw
that too.
that too.
Yeah.
I fuck with the rock.
He was
man.
the chopper pilot, right? At the beginning, they say, I fuck with The Rock, too. I'll watch all his bullshit,
Yeah.
dude. I drink his tequila. It's
And
delicious.
it's more,
There you go.
and it's more because his personality.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
said it before. Like I tell people that shit all the time, like on Asylum and shit. It's like, when people get to know you or you as a person, which we don't know how he really is in real life.
Sure.
But we know the persona that he represents.
Yeah.
Same thing with Will Smith, right? They can make shit ton of crappy movies, but I like him as a person. So I'm gonna watch these movies.
It's fair.
Just 'cause
on
they're
a
in
Plex
them, yeah.
server.
You gonna watch
Yep,
his
just
TV
'cause-
show,
just 'cause-
Young Rock?
I'll watch it, yeah. I bet it'll be
He has a
funny.
TV show?
It's gonna
It's
be
coming
yeah,
out
it's
on
coming out.
NBC.
It looks good. It looks good.
Does it?
Looks funny.
I've
What is it?
seen
does.
screenshots, but I have not seen a trailer.
I didn't even
or
hear about
anything.
this.
It doesn't
Yeah.
I didn't
doesn't
even
seem
hear about
appealing
this.
to me.
No, I feel like it's gonna be good. Like Young Sheldon, I didn't think that was gonna be good, but that's funny.
I've never
I can
seen it.
watch,
Is it?
Because I watched The Big Bang
I don't know.
Theory, dude.
That's the exact
I
same
did
feeling
like
I
it too.
have. Is like, oh,
If you-
Young Sheldon doesn't look.
Do you
funny.
like The Big Bang Theory though? Like,
I
are you
love
a
The
fan
Big
of
Bang Theory, yeah.
So then you would enjoy because knowing Sheldon and then watching Young Sheldon, you're like that makes it that much funnier, dude. When you're watching it, like the little kid
Okay.
that plays Young Sheldon, he's a funny little dude. I don't know what his
Is
name
he?
is,
Okay.
but props to him. Because
Nice.
I don't know if like him and,
plays that
and
well.
Sheldon narrates the Young Sheldon too. So like
that's
if there's
funny.
ever like voiceover, it's
Yeah.
actual Jim Parsons doing it, which just sucks you in a little bit more
Yeah,
and
of
sort
course.
of completes it. But no, Young Sheldon, dude, I wrote that off and then I catch like reruns on TV, dude, and they're funny and the parents are funny. The
Sheldon
supporting
really
cast is
what
all
as
funny.
the more I watched The Big Bang Theory, I realized that Sheldon is actually the comedic. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the whole thing hangs on his character.
It's got
Yeah.
it's
even
not
though-
Howard. It's not Wolowitz. He's
Right,
just a
not
horny
at all.
little dude,
It's
dude.
totally
It's all
his
about
jokes,
Sheldon.
all his shit. But I don't know. For some reason, when I saw like clips or trailers for Young Sheldon, it made me like I I want to slap the shit out of the kid. Like I'm like, you're just like a fucking annoying
Well, you want
kid.
to slap
huh?
the shit out of Sheldon all the time.
But I guess that's
they
I guess that's true. You would
humanize
want to slap the shit out of Sheldon too.
Because
So.
he's not quite as smart and smug as Sheldon, because he still is little. There still is shit that he doesn't know and doesn't understand. Unlike Sheldon, where he
I'll
pretty
give it a
much-
shot.
He has, if you just catch an episode, dude, and if it grabs you, you'll check it out. If
I'm not gonna lie, that is the reason why I do miss having cable. For the off chance that you catch something when you're just like scrolling through channels, and then something comes on, it's like, oh, I've heard of this. All right, like whatever, and then you watch it, and then you end up
Enjoying
being invested on this show now, because of the off chance that you caught this. So
that's very true. That is, I think, going to be one of the downsides of the on-demand generation.
Yeah.
Our kids will never
scrolling.
know
that and fuckers like him who are upset now when shit comes out weekly.
I've gotten better with that, dude. No,
I want to binge it. Like
with WandaVision, dude. Like I said, it gets me through my week. Without that weight, like I don't know what I would do. I would be dead.
Well,
imagine if you saw all of WandaVision already.
Yeah, see, that'd be fucking shitty, dude. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. So I retract my previous bullshit. Nice. I need week to week. I'm a fan. I'm sold. Okay. You got me.
Nice.
You got me.
Nice.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
I do like even though I think Apple does it better with the 3 episodes, but I do like the tease with a couple of episodes. I think if WandaVision would have dropped the first 3 instead of the first 2, it would have pulled in even more viewers. Because those first 2 episodes were straight up sitcoms the whole way through.
Especially because they're half hour long.
Yeah, exactly.
Barely half hour.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. There's like 15 minutes of credits at the end of these shits.
Yeah, I'm already sad when I start watching it because I know I got like 5 minutes before that shit's over, dude.
Yeah,
like I'm already depressed when it just
and it
starts.
says like 4. I don't know why with this show there's like 10 minutes of fucking.
I think
credits.
there's like every time I go through to the end to make sure I'm not missing like a fucking end credit scene,
There's
dude.
so
It's
many
disgusting.
credits. It's so crazy.
Because they do like the Polish, the Italian, like all
exactly.
they dub, like they go through fucking everything, dude.
Oh, jeez. So in other Hollywood news, we have, I guess something came out where they released, and I'm not so invested in the Transformers movies, but they did the reboot with Bumblebee was supposed to be like kind of a reboot of the series.
Okay.
And I guess it was released that there is a working title, and that working title hints at the fact that they're doing a Beast Wars movie.
Ooh.
What's the title?
Which would be dope. I believe it. The title is
down with that. Fuck it.
Transformers Beast Alliance.
They're just taking advantage of my nostalgia, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Beast Wars was the shit.
I really don't want to see the Snake Eyes movie, and I'm going to watch it anyways because
I'm going to watch the Snake Eyes movie for
I
sure.
feel like that's going to be.
I feel like the Snake Eyes movie is going to be fire,
Snake
dude.
Eyes movie again. Again,
He
man.
was my
I keep forgetting
favorite
about
part
this
of
shit.
the
anything made by Hasbro,
When is this shit supposed to?
I'll watch another Battleship movie. Hell,
Yo, Battleship.
It wasn't that bad. It was just a war movie.
It wasn't the worst. It could have been worse.
Yeah. Man,
Battleship.
I don't even know who any of these people
Well, who do
are
we
in
got?
this Snake Eyes movie. But it's supposed to be dropping in October.
Of this
But I'm
year?
down
Oh
to
my
watch that.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Remember
Is that HBO Max? Is that Warner Brothers?
We
or
kept
who's-
pushing it off. It was supposed to drop at the end
so
of,
it's been
of
done.
2020.
Oh,
It's just sitting there
It's just sitting
in
there.
the DVD rack, just waiting.
yeah. That's not Warner, is it?
Who is it? I can't see right now.
It's wild.
I seen some shit that got advertised during the Super Bowl, and they were like only in theaters, April something, and I was like, ooh, only in
Yeah,
theaters.
only in theaters. You
I
cringe
guess
when you say
nobody's
that shit
watching
now.
that one.
That's what I thought when I
Well,
saw the
now it's
fucking
October.
that
so.
new Tom Hanks movie that came out around Christmas time, where they were like only in theaters. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, the
Fuck you,
news of the
Tom
world.
Hanks.
I saw it.
yeah, was it
How
good?
was it?
It's on Apple TV. It's on Apple TV now. You can rent it. Early.
Yeah, you can rent it on Apple. I mean, I saw it on Plex.
Which means it's on torrent
It
sites,
was
so.
it was good. It was
That
another
was on Anton.
It was another one of those. It was kind of like the Little Things. Another movie
Slow burn.
that's, a story, but is not like you're just seeing a snapshot of a story, but it's not, a thriller top to end where it's got a beginning and a middle and then it wraps everything up at the end.
You're left hanging.
Well,
name
not
a Tom
really
Hanks
left hanging.
movie.
It's just that that life continues on beyond whatever you saw in the movie. Like there's more to
name-
happen. But it was
Name a Tom
it
Hanks
was pretty
movie
good.
that it's better than.
Name a Tom Hanks movie that it's better than. It's better than The Greyhound, for sure.
Oh, come on, dude. I never even saw that.
I've never seen
a real Tom Hanks movie.
Oh man,
He was upset. He was upset that was released on Apple
Right.
because
yeah. Well, he thought it was going to
like-
be a much. I don't know. I saw
You
it.
thought it was
wasn't
Forrest
that great
Gump?
of a
Get the
movie
fuck
anyway,
out of here.
so-
It's not Forrest Gump.
Nah, it's
Is
not.
it better than Forrest Gump, Johnny?
Hell no. I mean, Forrest Gump is like a top 5.
Forrest Gump is a classic,
Tom
yeah.
Hanks movie,
It's
isn't
better
it?
than Big.
That's a top 3. That's a top 3.
Yeah.
Tom
I
Hanks
mean,
movie for me.
It was
what's
better
the
than Big.
pilot one? I think.
I'm
Oh
just
no,
fucking
Catch Me If You
around.
Can was pretty good.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can was pretty good.
Yeah, catch me. He has a long.
He's got a lot of
Was it
movies. I
better
don't
than
know.
Castaway?
It's-
Was it better than Castaway?
No.
Come on, bro.
What was the one? What was the
You're
one?
naming all of
It's
Tom
not-
Hanks.
I don't even think it's a top
What was the one where
25.
he was the Irish mobster? What was that? Road to Perdition. Was it better than Road to Perdition?
It's on the same level.
Okay. I liked Road to
I fuck
Perdition a
with
lot.
that.
Yeah, it's
I
on the
haven't seen
same
Road to
level. It's a
Perdition
good
in a long
movie. It's a very good movie. He plays a good character. The kid plays a good character.
It's rare. Usually I hate child actors.
No, the
terrible.
child actor is really great in this film.
Good.
But I mean, the story is just not that extremely compelling. It's just
Yeah.
life
I
in
read
the
the
West
synopsis. It was like
after the Civil War. That's pretty much what you're watching.
post Django.
I'm
Life
probably
in
gonna
shitty
still-
Texas after the Civil War. Racist ass motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to watch that. I've been meaning to watch that. I just need a. That's probably one of the movies. Here's the thing, right? Is like when I get to that point where I'm looking for something to watch, I always forget which movies to watch.
Oh,
I would've
always, yeah.
definitely watch that
Always.
one.
You never know what to watch when you need to watch something. When you have time to watch
No.
something, you're like, "Fuck,
All
what do I
right.
watch?"
I gotta
So,
let y'all get my get access to my Plex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only one you already know which one I'm surviving
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
and
you own the Anton.
I hardly
I have
hardly
Anton
even
as well.
look at that one.
And usually he has most of the same stuff that my server does, but every now and then I catch something quicker than he does.
Nice.
I saw Shadow in the Cloud this weekend
What's that?
after the Super Bowl. It was with Chloe Grace Moretz. I think that's her name.
I know that chick.
It's
I know who you're talking about.
It's also a rent only, on demand, only in theaters movie, or I think it either
Yeah.
came out directly to on demand or it was
You know.
only in theaters
Yeah, I
for a
know her.
little while and then straight to.
She was in
Flicks.
Neighbors too.
Yeah,
Mm.
That's
she
all I
was.
remember.
Neighbors.
I just
too.
saw that recently. They play that shit all the time on FX, dude.
looks
It
interesting.
was probably the weirdest, dumbest movie. Not weird, the dumbest action flick I think I've seen in a long time.
Nice.
I thought it was
would
going to
not
be
watch
really
that.
good because it looked like one of those movies that they filmed in during COVID. Because most of the film, she's like by herself in a turret, like she's in the turret underneath a plane, and she's
Yeah.
stuck in there, and so there's all these conversations happening over the radio. And people, and so I'm like, oh, if she's in that thing the whole time, yeah, I think they filmed this during the Pando, mid Pando. This was filmed or early Pando, and so it was like that for almost a majority of the film, but then it just got really, really stupid. So,
Was she like
but
an
at least
assassin?
it was only an hour,
Assassin?
25 minutes or so.
I like chick assassin movies.
Yeah.
You just don't expect that.
Yeah, no, this is totally a woman empowerment
type of movie.
Like, I can kick ass and breastfeed a baby at the same time.
I like those.
You know what? So it has. It's gonna come off. Possibly. I'm picking my words wisely here. But like
you're talking slowly to think about what you're gonna.
This
say.
is sensitive
Correct,
culture, Papa.
I understand that. However, still, it's like I don't want to get it wrong, because so a lot of these movies, right, where they quickly fall off is when it tries really hard to have a stupid fucking message like that.
Yeah.
Like, let's make a just make a fucking movie and have a good storyline.
Yeah.
Have a good storyline. And then in there, how can I throw in a little bit of empowerment here?
Sure.
Like, maybe, like, circle back and say, how can I throw in, how can she be more empowered in this portion here? These type of movies, you can tell, like, the whole thing, it just falls on how can we make this badass girl flourish? And it's like, yo, just fucking make a good movie. Stop with all the fucking, like, messages, like the straight up, like, because anytime it's like a woman's, like, they try to do it with Ghostbusters, the women empowerment stuff. Yeah. Like, if you would have just made a good movie with you know, like some of the cast members be female, make it like they're really they really go off the fucking wall when it comes to these, like, niche things. Yeah. And it's just like, yo, just make a good fucking movie. They do a lot. That's unnecessarily. Yeah, they do way too much in a specific direction where it just kind of derails everything else that you're trying to accomplish with this movie.
Did you ever see Hannah or Hannah? I don't know,
yes.
know how it's.
I saw that.
The TV show?
Wait.
The movie.
It was a movie.
They did a TV show after.
I did see the movie, and then I saw some of the TV show.
The movie I always thought was like just like a really badass female assassin type movie. Like, this young girl was, like, taken from her family and trained to be this badass assassin. Mm-hmm. Liev Schreiber, I believe, was like
he was
her dad or her guardian, something. I remember him being in it, dude. And that movie, I felt like did it right. Like, it wasn't forcing anything down your throat. There was badass action. It was believable. Like, it was down to earth.
Because they focused on making a good movie.
They weren't trying to push the girl power thing. Like, that. It was organic, dude. That's the word I was looking for. Organic. It felt good. And I got to watch the TV show. I forgot actually that they did a TV show that wasn't the same chick, but the chick that originally did it.
Prime, right?
So fucking good. Yeah. Amazon. Yep. I gotta watch that, but that's.
I think I can't remember why I fell off. I think I wasn't living, like, in my own home at the time, so it was like TV shows. I don't know. Somehow I fell off, but it wasn't the fact that I thought, like, I was watching it and was like, oh, this really got shitty. You know, that wasn't the case.
Life happens.
Just life happened. But no, I agree. It's like there are many women empowerment like movies that don't focus on the empowerment of the woman, but rather a good fucking storyline with a woman lead, like Aliens.
Yeah,
is a great example of that.
Sigourney Weaver.
And you know what I mean? So just focus on making a great fucking movie, and sure, make the lead a woman.
Yeah.
Kill Bill,
like the Bride, Kill Bill, right?
Bride.
Right.
Like,
and Tarantino of all people
been done
wrote
many times. It's been done. Stop with the fucking powerful message first, and just start off with just make a fucking good movie.
All that Charlie's Angels bullshit.
Yeah. First of all, the second that you cast Kristen Stewart, I'm already out.
I was thinking of the old ones, but yes, that's a great point.
No,
too.
even those are like playful.
The old ones were
like,
fine.
Whatever.
I thought the old ones were fine.
Okay. It was Cameron Diaz in those undies, dude. I'm all about it.
I mean,
that was definitely not women empowerment.
But the latest one, was definitely trying to be women empowerment. Like, it's already like, all right, you take the old ones, and what you didn't like about it was just like, it was too silly, whatever. It was all of that. Now throw in like in your face women empowerment message.
Yeah.
No.
It was just, it's
Exactly.
too much. Like you say, if you
It
just
gets
write
too
a
much.
movie that has a kick-ass character that happens to be a woman,
female, yeah.
then
Yep.
that's fine. But don't make the female lead do things that aren't just normal to anyone. Like, it doesn't make them more kick-ass that she can stare down, people while doing woman things. Like, it's just like it's unnecessarily a part of the story that's not even like made a side part. It's like made the center focus, and you're just like, and it's not even just because I'm a guy and used to other types of movie. It's just
chicks gotta feel that way too when they watch them. They gotta feel like disrespected almost. Like, really?
I would think.
I would.
I mean,
Like
and
they're
I've
being
seen it
pandered
with
to.
some, and I don't know if it's just because these women are around my age, and so they have, a similar cultural perspective, and they're not younger that are more woke, or whatever.
right. And I get it.
I don't know. It's just oftentimes they just doing too much to try to get a point across, and I think what I don't have, just like, I mean, I'm of the three people here, we're the two with no kids and no daughters, Watt got 2 daughters, but I would imagine that he also wants his girls to grow up thinking they can do anything. You can do that without having to to just
Wink
be extra.
and nod at the camera, like, hey.
Yeah, it does.
We
It
can do
just
it,
doesn't have to
guys.
be
This
extra,
is
extra over the top. I don't feel like they've ever done that. I mean, maybe they have. Maybe that's how women feel, that guy movies like Rambo.
Maybe we don't notice. Maybe we don't notice it because we're guys, dude.
Guy movies.
We're just like, yeah, that's pretty macho. That's badass. That's what I would do. So
Right.
that's gotta be right. That's got. I'd fucking take him out too. Fuck it.
Right. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm a dick.
That's exactly right. We have no perspective.
I have no
watch
perspective
these
on
movies
that.
as guys. Yeah, it'd be
But
interesting. Remember the pussy for a day when you wake up? I would watch some movies with my pussy and be like, does it make me feel different? Is this a
you
worse
get all
movie?
the
Is this a
estrogen
better
as
movie?
well.
Are these movies better
Yeah,
now that I have
yeah.
a vagina?
I'd watch shit. I'd eat shit. I would do different shit. Just experience it as a woman, because that's
Oh shit,
That's funny.
I wish I would
That's a
thought of
great
that
point.
back then. I wish I thought of that back then.
That's a great point. Although I really don't think that would change your perspective much.
No.
Maybe after the experience, maybe you'll be a little bit more
I'll still let the
in tune.
homies smash.
Oh, somehow.
Oh
I
man,
really
what if
believe
the
you on
worst
that.
thing happened though?
I
You
really
got the
believe you on
pussy
that.
for a day, and it just happened
And
to
then I
be
got
in
pregnant?
the middle of the cycle.
Oh, that would suck.
He said, and I got pregnant.
The shit's gone the next day. Like, yeah, well, I don't know what happened.
How did this happen,
Imagine-
Dave?
How does this-
Your
gone.
shit, your shit,
I pooped it out.
your shit comes back, and you're still pregnant. What do you do?
Oh, Junior, I make a movie with Danny DeVito. That's what I fucking do.
Then? Oh, that would be an honor.
Be dope. Y'all would watch it.
We got to get through a few things.
Yeah.
Few small topics.
Is Steve on the ready? Do we have Steve locked and loaded? And
Yep.
Nice.
He's good for that. For the
I always forget about
Wanda
that.
talk. But so 2 things happened. So Keanu Reeves was offered the role of Craven the Hunter.
Ooh.
Yes.
I
So
don't know
he
who
was
that is.
offered.
Can you?
I believe it is
Keanu.
someone in Sony's. Like he's one of Spider-Man's. A villain in the Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a Marvel villain
Yep.
in Spider-Man universe. Okay.
Yep. So it's going to be, if this is true, it would be attached to the Spider-Man world. However, it will be Sony, kind of like what Lobo is with Jared Leto.
Okay.
Was it Lobo?
No.
No,
It was,
not
I was like,
Lobo. It
ooh.
was the
Morbius?
vampire one. Morbius. There we go.
yes.
Yeah. Same thing. They're setting up the Sinister Six.
That's weird. I guess at this point, why does Sony even bother?
They're
Just
setting
go-
up. They're
go
setting
do
up
other
the Sinister
shit.
Six, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have. They're gonna have Marvel be attached somehow because they know that this. That's why the whole shit happened where they try to take back the rights to Spider-Man, and Marvel was like, "All right, go ahead," and then the world fucking responded to that, and then they were like, "All right, so let's renegotiate this whole thing," you know. And they came back because they know that if they do that, they're fucked. So Morbius actually looked like a good fucking movie. Like the trailer looked dope.
Yeah, it looks sick.
We don't know until it comes out. And then this would be another character in that Sinister Six. It seems like they're really setting that up. So I'm looking
all
forward to
about
that.
Give me Keanu, dude. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna trash talk Keanu Reeves?
I don't know.
No, it's not
would
even that.
think
But we have.
Keanu's kind of small for the role. Like I would think that's more
I don't know
Jason
the character. Is
Momoa
he a big dude?
looking dude.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a big looking dude. Yeah, like a ripped dude.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. It's fucking Keanu, so we'll.
Would you have
we'll
pictured
accept
Josh
whatever.
Brolin as Thanos though?
True.
Yeah, but that's a lot of CG.
I mean,
That's
I don't
all
know.
CGI.
I don't know what Craven looks like. What's he like? Is he just a normal dude?
He looks like
He looks like a dude with a big like fur leopard skin
Vest.
shit, leather
Vest with no
jacket
shirt.
type thing, and like
He looks
big
like,
hairy like muscular chest. Yeah.
who did who was the character on X-Men that was later played by Liev Schreiber? That's Wolverine's
Was it
brother.
The Badger? Or was it? What was he? Who was another animal? Wasn't he?
Yeah. I can't even fucking remember. Johnny will look it up. I can see him typing over there. So
we have Shriver.
But
Victor
anyways,
Creed.
the what?
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
So he looks like a very Sabretooth-esque type of character, like that same look. At least how they made him look in the movie. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he even accepts that. But you know, I like Tom Hardy. I was not a fan of the Venom movie.
Right.
Mhm.
So, and that seems like Sony is dropping the ball on this. Like they're putting all their
Yeah.
they're putting all of their money on these villain movies. However, they're trying to make these villains very lighthearted and like anti-hero, and it's like just dig into why the fuck they're so
Yeah.
fucking bad. Just dig into that.
Make them
some
Joker
fucking rated-
movies.
Do anything
It's the same
than
premise.
what you are currently doing. Do the opposite, and you might be okay.
Same thing with girl power move. Like you were just talking about with girl power.
Yep.
Like don't make it that way. Like they're doing that with these villains.
Yeah,
they're
they
like they're
do.
going out of their way to be like, this is a likable villain, like them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like winking at you, like, oh, see, he's not that bad. You could root for
No.
him, right?
They need to really revamp like all of the old heads that are still hanging around the studios trying to think like I know exactly what Hollywood needs. They all sound like Barry Goldfarb.
Very
I
cool.
was like, I know exactly what these Hollywood youngsters need. They need more Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chap.
You know, like
what
get
I'm
them people the fuck out of here. And let's start something new with Hollywood because
Charlie
Hollywood,
Chaplin.
man, that old way of doing shit is not it's not working anymore. Anyway, last thing that I really wanted to talk about is that Jared Leto Joker picture that we got today.
Speaking of Jared Leto being in two universes at once.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's dope.
He's more well.
I mean,
he's
there's still
Morbius, yeah.
DC. Is that DC? Morbius?
No, Morbius is
Morbius
Marvel.
is Sony
DC
Marvel.
is Joker.
Gotcha. I didn't know Morbius. I'm not familiar with Morbius at all. Like,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
never
not
heard of
sure.
it
Yeah,
until
he's-
this thing
He's
came
a
out.
Spider-Man villain.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's a Spider-Man
okay.
villain. He injected like bat blood in him, trying to reverse some sort of disease, and
And that's how
created.
COVID started.
Yeah, you're not
Gotcha.
wrong. Created some sort of vampire human hybrid kind of thing, like a Blade
Oh, okay.
kind of thing.
Fuck with Blade.
But it looks good. That does look good. But yeah, he's gonna be in DC as the Joker, and continue to be in
It looks-
DC. If this, I'm telling you, if this Snyder cut, whatever, if that shit hits,
I mean,
it's gonna revive
March 18th?
Snyder to DC.
March
in some way.
18th,
Yeah, March 18th. Yeah.
Yo.
HBO Max.
That photo that he released today,
Yeah.
those two
looks
photos,
fire.
Mm-hmm. It looks like the Jokers that I'm used to
these
seeing.
two right here,
I'm used to
they
picture.
look
right here.
sick.
These Jokers are fire right here.
Yo, so I also, I don't know if we have time, and I don't know if we want to talk about all that because it's like major spoiler alerts if they're real. But apparently it's been released as to what exactly the shots that have to do with him entails. And I don't want to get too much into it because it does kind of jump into a lot. But the one thing that I will say is that there will be 3 depictions of the Joker as far as the looks go.
What?
And there would be 3 depictions because there are 3 points in, I guess, 3 points in time.
Wow.
And this one is obviously like, and this isn't a spoiler alert because it was the shot that where Batman is walking down that hallway. It seems to be in that same regard. But that shot with this Joker seems to be like the dream sequence.
Got you.
Where he's, like he's going back through this dream and Joker appears as like some sort of like, the best way that they put it was kind of like a Ghost of Futures Past kind of thing, like that type of situation where he's like talking to him in this future tense, like everything just went down. So that's just one.
That
and then
whole
he's gonna,
dream
so,
thing
so
where they
the
said future falls apart
that was in
because
there.
of Steppenwolf and all that shit. Yeah,
exactly. So joke. That's the one from that sequence of the movie.
Okay,
But there's gonna be 3.
that makes sense.
So it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so I that was fire.
That's what I said last week,
the
right?
look. I think so. Yeah.
That it could be part of that. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that it's black and white, but
no. Well, everything they've been showing us has been black and
right,
white.
exactly. So
they've been calling it the nightmare Joker or some shit like that.
right.
Yeah,
So-
it was something weird.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was
right.
something
That's right. That's why.
Yep. And I think we have a little bit of time to throw this in there before we get into our Wanda talk. But they asked Tom Holland whether Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in Spider-Man 3. And Tobey's been getting better with his either it's
Tom.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Tom, sorry. Tom Holland has been getting much better with his interview skills. Either that or he really doesn't know. They're keeping it from him. But he said, I quote, "Unless they have hidden the most massive piece of information from me, which I think is too big of a secret for them to keep from me. But as of yet, no." Tobey Maguire and
How is that getting better? He just gave it up.
He's
Unless they really
in
are
fact-
just keeping it from him because he always gives
Right.
it up.
Yeah. I mean, that very well could be either that or that's what I'm saying. Like, unless he's like getting really, really good at like
'cause they-
keeping
At
these
fronting?
secrets.
They asked
Yeah.
him, and he was
Frontin'.
like, "Unless they're fucking lying to me, I have no I have no idea."
Yeah.
As far as that goes, no.
Thinking Marvel can't be
not.
mad at that. He's denying. Not
You're right.
his hands are clean. He's good.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Good for him.
Right.
I love that fucking kid, man.
No, yeah.
Something about Tom Holland.
I
Thought we'd
he's
be
another
good
one.
boys. Me and Tom Holland be homies.
He's another one. If Tom Holland's in a movie lately, as of late, like I'll watch the movie. We were just talking about that other movie,
on Netflix. Yeah, I forget.
the one,
I
the
don't
one that
remember
came
the
out on Netflix. Oh shit!
He's got a new movie coming out on Apple TV next month.
Cherry
Yeah,
something,
Cherry.
right?
Cherry? Is it just called Cherry?
Yeah.
Is it just Cherry? Okay. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that one. That one looked good. But the movie that I saw was The Devil All the
Yeah,
Time.
the devil.
Oh,
It's
I
on
heard
Netflix.
about
It was
that. You seen it?
It was actually a
heard
good
it's
movie.
really good.
It was I was telling him like Bill Skarsgård is in there. Shit. I
Robert
always
Pattinson?
forget Robert
Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson
Yep.
was-
Robert Pattinson's role in that too was actually like really good. He played like a minister.
Okay.
And with a really deep Southern draw.
Interesting.
And it was definitely a very good. It was a slow burn because it's like a drama. It's a full on drama, so it was kind of weird to see Tom Holland in like a full on drama movie. But I gave it a shot because of Tom Holland, and it was actually really good.
That was
but
a
it is a
Netflix
slow
original,
burn.
right?
So if you're not into slow burn dramas, then you would probably want to skip it. But if you enjoy those type of movies and like to, and get lost in the story, and I'd recommend it. I thought it was pretty good.
If not, go watch Extraction. That's more up your alley.
Mindless.
No, Extraction was dope though.
It was good, but definitely the opposite of a slow burn drama.
not a slow burn. Not a slow burn.
Yeah, Extraction was pretty good.
Speaking of slow burn dramas, either of you seen Palmer yet?
Yes.
He did.
I did.
Yeah, that was.
I thought that was good. I
that
thought
was
it was
a really good flick too.
Wow.
I thought it was really good.
Two really good endorsements. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
I thought it was really good. I like the storyline. I like those dramas, type of dramas. So I was drawn in as soon as I saw the trailer for the first time. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, this is a movie I'm gonna enjoy.
Shout out to JT. I think he did his thing on it.
Shout out to JT. He did get some backlash though from the gay community.
Oh, word.
From the LGBTQ plus community.
Really?
A little bit, and I only heard this because my lady's cousin is a part of that community, and I mean he's gay. He has a husband.
That's just a weird way to say
You
it.
can just say that. You can just say that he's gay. He's a good husband.
I just said he's a part of that community. Where was it wrong? Where was I wrong?
No, he's part of the. You're
Nothing.
Right,
It was just funny.
All right, my bad. I if that came off insensitive.
No, you're good.
He's a good guy, so I don't know what you want me to say.
Nothing.
But,
You're good.
This was the only place where I heard that there was some sort of backlash, and it was mainly a response because they asked him during an interview or something. Is like, so are you a
friend?
Are you
an
advocate or a friend to the community? And he was like, yeah, I like to think so. And then they got all over him about like,
they were like,
what
never
have
heard
you
him.
done for this community and all of that stuff. So whatever. So he got a little bit of backlash in that sense. But other than that, it was I enjoyed the movie. It was really good.
So you can't say that you're an advocate or an ally unless you're actively doing anything to support the community.
Correct.
True.
You can't just make a movie, a positive movie about the.
So I guess none of us are advocates
community.
or allies, you guys.
We're not.
Right.
We're
We're just assholes.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just So it is. Moving on.
We're not part of that community.
We're definitely
We're not part of that
community.
No. But whatever makes you happy in life, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter what your preferences are, I support you as long as you're happy.
Exactly.
Like, and that's pretty much my stance on all that.
We live in Westview.
We live in Westview.
That's our community.
And speaking of Westview, all right, it's about that time. All right, but guys, as always, this is our spoiler alert segment of the podcast. We're going to be talking about WandaVision. So if you are not up to date on WandaVision, what is it, episode 5?
Episode 5, yeah.
I would say fall off at this point. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for even holding on to this point. And please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. We'll catch you next week. Hit us up on IG, all of that good stuff. We love you. Check us out on YouTube. All right?
Peace.
All right, so we're going to call this man
Esteban.
Hey.
Esteban.
Was that planned?
It was quite impromptu, actually. It was something I just randomly said, and then everybody followed suit, which was nice. Sounded good.
I like that. That's how it needs to happen from now on.
Every
for the
time.
rest of these. Yes.
Anything
That's a
less.
That is just your new name, Esteban.
Esteban.
Yep.
I mean, it's
But-
not a new name.
No, but I want it to be really fluid by the end of this. So definitely practice it for next week. I want to hear it in quick succession.
Next week's episode is going to be all in Spanish, so it'll come very nice.
There you go.
You know what? That'll be great for Dave.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
thinking that. I'm going to have a great time.
He's going to
Why
try to
isn't
guess
the-
which
why isn't the
dialect
gringo
we're using
talking?
now.
I'm like, oh, that's Colombian. I know my Colombian dialects.
Do you know that as a Puerto Rican man, if I go to Puerto Rico, I'm considered a gringo?
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I'm not accepted anywhere.
He's an American.
Yeah. Because gringo
Yeah.
to them is American.
Just American. I always thought it was just white.
To Hispanics raised in America, gringo is white. To Hispanics raised in other countries, gringo is American.
Can they hear the American when you speak Puerto Rican in Puerto Rico? Do
Oh,
they-
yeah.
Yeah?
They can tell that we're like, it's one of two things. If I speak to people who are not from Puerto Rico, like any other country, they'll be like, you're Puerto Rican, aren't you? It's like, yeah. And then you speak to a Puerto Rican and
Like,
it
you're
goes,
not from Puerto Rico,
oh, tú
are
eres
you?
un gringo. Like, you're a gringo, aren't you? Yeah.
Damn, that's harsh, bro.
It is harsh.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
every
Ricans.
every country has its own little spin too. Like
Correct.
Mexicans a lot of slang. Guatemalans pretty cut and dry Latin American Spanish. Cubans is Cuba. They've got the lisp in there a bit more. I'm not trying to sound insensitive to that.
Colombia's got a
Spain-
little bit of
Spain
a
has
lisp
less.
too.
No. I'm genuinely not trying to be insensitive to that.
Ibiza.
That's
It's insensitive
podcast.
culture, buddy.
Yeah, Ibiza. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
See,
No,
Dave got
if you
me.
listen
The
to
two gringos over here know about Ibiza. Okay.
if you listen to what's his name, Enrique Iglesias,
Okay.
he's from
Yeah, he
Spain
got
and
the
he
lisp.
has that lisp real hard.
Yep.
Dime si el verdad.
Like, what's his face from that 70s show? Wilder Valderrama. I feel like
Valderrama.
Fez always
They never
had a
said where
lisp.
he was
Like,
from, right?
He's
Yeah,
Mexican.
no, they
though.
didn't. They didn't.
Didn't I thought he was from Mexico?
No, he is, but like the character Fez, they didn't
They
specify.
never.
where
Yeah, I don't
Fez
think they
came
ever
from.
said
I
where
thought-
Fez was from.
He's just
He's just an
it
immigrant.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
It blew my mind when I realized that Fez literally meant foreign exchange student.
Yeah, yeah. That's how little they cared about him. They don't even know his
Yeah.
name, dude. Like
I
they
didn't
just-
watch this. I didn't watch the show enough to realize that's what it meant. So you just blew my mind. So
Yeah.
thank you. Wow.
poor
That's
little
something.
Mexican kid.
That's why his name is Fez. It's just foreign exchange
We're
student.
gonna call him. We're not gonna name. He was on that show for so long, dude. Like they just
Yeah.
the whole show, and they just called him. We're not gonna learn your name.
It's just Fez.
All right, let's get in WandaVision. Steve's
All right.
probably like, "What the fuck's going on?"
He's
over
like,
here?
I have shit to do
well,
with my
in
life.
Spanish.
Uh,
Okay.
I got nothing going.
Hey, I fuck with Steve.
Same.
So yeah, all right. Episode 5
Episode 5.
of WandaVision left us with a fucking
Boner.
bomb.
Yeah.
So
A boner.
that too.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Right.
I
He's
mean-
not.
It doesn't surprise me that Dave said that. He was talking about earlier
What was I
where
talking-
Steve.
Shit.
We've talked before where if we woke up with lady parts, he made a reference to that conversation and completely said, "I'd let the homies bang."
Let the homie
So-
smash, son. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I mean,
I remember.
I would expect y'all to do the same. Shit.
we would not. However,
You would. You'd say that now,
that's
but
a very
Oh, jeez.
that is a very gringo thing to say.
when female walk is talking to Dave, that's a whole different ballgame. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know.
Oh shit.
Real
Anyway,
off the rails. This is great.
all right. So back to WandaVision.
Please stay on track.
Stay on track here, fucker. No, but seriously, like so. All right, Steve. As always, please give us your take on the episode.
I mean, the only thing I gotta say is it's super weird that I knew Evan Peters from the back of his head.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. As soon as they showed him, I go, oh, it's Evan Peters.
Yeah.
So that entire episode was such a cluster. Like, it was an amazing cluster, though. Like, we got a lot of things answered potentially. You know, we're kind of at that halfway point. We've got, you know, a better idea of where the story's going, and then they just took that one little thing and they're like, haha, screw you. We've got
Screw
this
you.
one.
You know nothing.
We've got this one extra little thing here that's going to totally topple everything
You
you thought
know
you
nothing.
picked up. Yeah. So, I've got a couple. I think when I texted you guys the other day, like, and I'm going to say it right now, I'm off Mephisto. Like, screw Mephisto. Screw
That was my
theory.
thought. Yeah, that was my thought.
am so over it. It's also being way overplayed on like Reddit and everything. Everyone's just like,
Right.
anything is Mephisto. So I'm just kind of over that.
See, I'm not onto the whole Reddit thing, so I'm not. From my understanding now, after looking into it, apparently everyone is Mephisto on these threads.
Exactly.
So I can understand why you are there.
You are Mephisto. Walk.
You are Mephisto.
Right. I read that on a message board.
Very
somewhere.
deep. It's a very meta joke.
So my thought on this, because I thought it would be great for him to be Mephisto, because the majority of the people that I've spoken to in regards to this, they're just like, oh my God, it's so great that they're mixing the Fox X-Men universe with this universe, and I am not so happy about that. He is the best part of that universe, other than Michael Fassbender and Hugh Jackman. Other than that,
Where are
I
you
could
like
care less
totally
about-
ignoring Sir Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen here?
that's see, I'm not see. I didn't even include them. I'm not even talking about the original
You're just
movies,
talking about
because
First
now
Class.
we're talking about.
But they were in
Halle
both.
Berry. Yes, they were in both. However, we're talking about like from this the most recent
First
ones.
Class.
Because the yes, exactly, the First Class and all of that, and even that was like not even a mixing of universes, but it was kind of, it felt like that when they introduced the, you know what I mean, the older versions
back
of
in
those
time.
characters. Right.
Yeah. Well, and Days of Future Past is by far my favorite of the X-Men, the Fox X-Men series.
Really?
X2 is my favorite. Days of Future Past is my second. Yeah. And my reasoning behind that is because they actually did do a really good job of adapting that story in particular.
Those were the best ones. First Class
in a way.
Future Past.
Yeah. First Class was great, you know, for what it was, and I did think it was really cool. And like the Wolverine, not the Wolverine. I'm trying to remember which one he was old in, but you know what I mean. There was one that was part of the overarching story, and the stinger at the end was X and Magneto showing up, and then that's the build up into Days of Future Past, what's happening in the present day where the mutants are being hunted. But they did so well with adapting that story, and like that was kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, they can still make a good X-Men movie after, you know, X3 was pretty bad, and the Wolverine Origins was really bad, and they had a shitty.
They just ignore those.
Yeah, we ignore those now, and
we ignore
they
those.
They were able to kind of reset X3 using that, and I was really hopeful that they could do more. And then Apocalypse came out, and Dark Phoenix came out, and my day was ruined. So, but yes, Evan Peters is definitely the I think saving grace of most of those. At least, obviously, Days of Future Past he was great in, and then he was my favorite part of Apocalypse probably. But I think with what's going on right now, I don't think it's the full Fox universe. So my thought here, to go back to the actual WandaVision plot, was Wanda, there kept being this repeating theme, and my brother actually mentioned this to me. There's a lot of themes around death here, and the common theme is that death is permanent. Like, and she kept reiterating that. She reiterated that with the boys and their dog. Like, we have to lean into this. We have to feel this. it makes us stronger, but it is permanent. So I'm still thinking this is Wanda going bonkers and causing all of this, but being pulled, having the strings pulled on her. But I think what happened is that she manifested a Pietro from somewhere in the multiverse, and conveniently they had an amazing actor that already fulfilled the role, so they gave us that little tidbit. I don't think we'll see anybody else from Fox, though.
Right.
I very highly doubt it, at least.
So this isn't the mutant opening door that we all were hoping that it
in a way
could possibly
in a
be.
way.
I think in a way it is. I think they can definitely use this to I mean,
I mean, they could,
Well,
but it just seems like they'd have to do something totally different. Like if this was just a joke or something like that.
So one of the other things that was big in this episode is, so Vision apparently realizes that he can tap into the actual person. He did it with Norm in the office, and he was able to
That's
kind
right. I couldn't think of Norm's name.
So he pulled Norm out of his whatever's going on in his head that Wanda's doing, and saw him for who he really was. And so I'm very excited for that to happen with Pietro. There's no way it can't. If it doesn't, I don't know how on earth they're going to explain this. But I'm obviously also excited to see who else he does that with. We know from trailers he's supposed to do that with Agnes at some point. That's when she says, like, "Are you dead? Because or am I dead because you are?" Blah blah blah. But I think the cracks are formed to a point that, like, Wanda knows she's losing control of the situation, and the situations I think are going to get more and more ridiculous. Not ridiculous in like a haha way, like ridiculous in a oh my god, like it's falling apart. And she's going to try to keep control, and whoever the puppet master is in control. And I still think Agatha is the ultimate big bad of the series. They're just setting it up in a way that shows that she's able to control and manipulate Wanda, which makes her a bigger threat than Wanda herself. So that's where I'm thinking.
And a few things that pointed towards that. One, you mentioned that the conversation with him, like kind of snapping her out of it. One, he's already kind of onto her because of what she said. Yeah, she came out with that comment. And he was like, "Do you really like? Am I the only person that heard her say that?" So that's an indicator for him to go.
Where she was like, "Let's take it from the top."
Are we taking it from the top, or what are we doing?
That was awesome, by the way. That was little moment, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's just Catherine Hahn being awesome right there too. Like her acting.
Absolutely. But for me, like that moment is different than anyone else, right? Because Agnes, Catherine Hahn, seems like she's already awake. Because when it threw off, she was like, "Oh, that's not what we're supposed to say, right?" And so she's the one that was like, "Do you want to take it from the top?" Vision didn't touch her. He didn't wake her up to make it aware that she's acting. So how does she know that this is all an act when everybody else is playing the scene because they're being forced to, right? That's why I think, just like Steven was saying, that it's really Agnes that's running this whole shit, or Agatha Harkness. I think we still haven't seen her photo show up on the board yet.
That's true.
And so, they haven't pinpointed who's the real person. There's a whole nother thing that I'm bring up later as well. But I really feel like she's doing. She was watching the kids supposedly, and then they grew up to 10 years later, right? And
she was sitting there, like,
or rather, 5 years later, while she was watching them. They themselves made themselves 10. But when she was watching the babies, then suddenly they're like 5 fucking years old. And so I'm still not sure if she's the one that conjured up Quicksilver, Pietro, and just happened to conjure up, you know, for the fans, the person that's playing him, the version that we recognize, but it may not necessarily be specifically the Fox universe Quicksilver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be that Agnes is the one that conjured him up, just because she knows and is trying to placate Wanda and keep her peaceful in this space that she's got her trapped into. And so she was like, you know, she wants Pietro, and she needs him, and she brings him, and that's why he looks different, is because Agnes is the one that brought him out.
And
I don't know.
It did
That's my
definitely.
thing.
It did definitely look like, you know, Wanda seems so in control of the situation. I do get where you're coming from, but I think one of the biggest tells is that, yeah, she already seems awake. She knows what's going on. Wak, you mentioned that the neighbor might have been in on it too, but was he in on it because he was talking to Agnes and he's being influenced by her, and so she's able to influence him and tell him to keep his mouth shut.
Right.
But I think the other thing is a lot of people were like, and a lot of people online are saying like, no, she's scared, she wants to get out, she's aching to get out. It's like, no, like the way she handled that situation. No, the way she handled that situation was like, oh, like it was suggestive. It was you want to take that from the top. You want to redo that.
Right.
And that's that manipulation. That's that control that she has. And I think the other thing, so when Wanda came out of the dome after that, and I just found this out a few minutes ago. I was looking something up. When they sent the drone in, did you all notice that was a Stark Industries drone?
No,
I don't think I noticed that.
I didn't notice that part. No.
No, yeah. So
I just assumed,
looked it up.
honestly.
I just looked it up. It's not Sword. It's not Shield. It says Stark Industries on it.
That was the old school one.
Well, that's why I thought that, because I mean, that part I guess I didn't really put too much thought into it, because they said like, so anything that's not from this time frame gets molded into that time frame,
right? Becomes retro.
But if it's something from the time frame of when they're actually like from the time frame of the series or whatever she's doing, it can go in there untouched.
Right.
So then they got a drone from the 80s.
Correct.
So that's why
I didn't really think. Yeah, that's why it was Stark. It wasn't. You know,
I was trying to figure that out because I was
tech.
like, how do they have a drone in the 80s?
But so Stark tech from the 80s.
Yeah, that
bomb
makes
that
sense.
blew up her parents, probably Stark tech from the 80s too. So triggers Wanda in a different way as well. So, but when she came out and she kind of threw that down, when she was able to control all the soldiers, I think that's the big play here. I think Agatha wants that power that she has. Agatha can't wield it, but if she can manipulate and control Wanda to wield it, she can control countless people. I mean, Westview's just one small test of what could be potentially the entire world, and maybe even the multiverse, and that might be why we've got Evan Peters in here. If Wanda can tap those powers and control the multiverse, that's an obviously very scary threat to Sword, to Shield, to whoever it is.
To everyone.
So yeah,
I have another question too, and I'm not gonna take credit for this because it was my buddy Joey Santees who brought up a question that made me look into this. So shout out to you, Joey. But she texts when they were thinking about like all of this stuff. She texts someone and says that she knows an aero engineer who would be down for this or something that. And she texts someone, and then it casually just went. The conversation moved on. It was like, and he brought up the question like, who was she texting? So I looked into it, and a lot of people like. There's a lot of speculation on who it could possibly be. And one of the speculations that now that we know it's going to be a part of this universe and they've talked about it, is the fact that she was talking about Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Okay.
Aerospace engineer.
I could see that.
An
Okay.
aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
And she just casually went to text him.
That's right. And there
But that
was
was it.
nothing after
they just
that.
brushed past it. That's it.
Yeah.
I could
So,
see, 'cause they were talking when she first came back too, in the last episode, and she was walking with the leader. I can't remember his name right now, but the guy who's been running shit since she was snapped away. He was talking about their astronaut program or their spacewalker program or some shit like that. And he was talking about how, half the people have disappeared and the other half haven't been around, but it's still barely up and running.
They're
Supposedly the
casually
Fantastic Four,
mentioning it.
right? They got their powers in outer
They got their
space.
rights. Yep.
Could very well be.
Could be a
Interesting.
very
Well,
small nod to or a very small mention that later on
Right.
we'll be like, fuck, they mentioned that back in one.
Right.
Well, and there's been rumors for years now since what was it, Spider-Man Homecoming, when they had moving day and Tony moved out of the Avengers Tower. Who's buying that building? I've heard people rumor it's Oscorp and it's going to introduce Norman Osborn. I've heard people say it's possibly going to be the Baxter Building in Fantastic Four. So that would actually, the Fantastic Four theory makes sense. And I actually didn't think anything of that at all. So that's really interesting, Locke. But yeah, if it was Reed, then, or even, Johnny's a smart guy. They're all smart. It doesn't matter. If it's anybody that resides in the Baxter Building, then that kind of adds up. Other side of that is the fact that Reed and Susan's kids, one of them, I cannot remember his name. I got to look it up now. Man, I'm so bad at this. One of their kids is like one of the strongest mutants in the comic books as well. And that's another hint towards bringing mutants in, as far as I'd be concerned.
Right.
So,
Wow.
yeah. The Reed Richards' son, Franklin Richards,
Okay.
he literally has the power to create universes.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Interesting.
It's quite the power.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
and
and that was like a little tidbit that I really don't hear many people talking about. But when that question was raised to me, I was like, oh, let me see what people are talking about this. And that seems to be the more especially now that they've officially gotten the rights to Fantastic Four and said that they are adding them to the MCU. That was a nice little
logo.
Yeah.
That was a nice little nod at saying, hey, it's coming.
Yeah. And so real quick, last thing I want to bring it back. I just pulled up a random little article about Franklin Richards. Franklin's first babysitter was an immortal witch. Her name was Agatha Harkness. So that could be we could be onto something there. That could be something interesting. It'll be fun to see what Agatha reveals about herself when we get that revelation from her. So the only other thing that I wanted to mention specifically about this episode is the kids. So I don't think I think these are still Wanda's. Like, I think they're still her manifestation. But I think this is just like the kids are representative of what she really wants. And her reasoning and bargaining with herself to maintain the illusion. I'm not. That's the other thing that's making me throw out my Mephisto theory, because like people are like, the kids are Mephisto too. But again, they're like,
I didn't think about it.
I read that Locke was Mephisto earlier, but I also just thought that Dave was too on another thread. So
the name of this podcast is Mephisto, so you nailed it.
Perfect.
Why do you think I'm trapped
Mephisto
in this
is
box? I'm Mephisto.
Yeah, Wanda's probably Mephisto. There you go.
Vision,
That makes
Norm.
sense. The box, just the little screen.
Yep. He's trapped.
But
Oh shit.
yeah, I don't think the kids are like the kids in the comics, at least in like House of M, really did. They just kind of tell Wanda what to do and what she's feeling. They're really there to just represent what Wanda wants and feels, even when the setting that she's in doesn't necessarily look that way. So they, at one point in the comics, they are telling Wanda, "Mommy, we want him to go away," and I think it's Professor Xavier's in Wanda's head trying to get her to snap out of the illusion that she's started to create. And they're like, "We want him to go away. We want him to leave," and he's just all of a sudden like not with Wanda anymore. So, you know, kids aren't doing that because we know the kids aren't real, so it's got to be Wanda. So I'm interested to see how much they age them too, though, because again, I said it a few episodes ago, in one comic series, they actually do reveal that she does have real children, and they are Wiccan, who has very much Wanda-type powers. And then, gosh, I'm going to screw up his name too. But the other one, yeah, man, I suck tonight. I have to do my homework.
No, you're fine. You're good.
Tommy? Tommy was one?
Yeah, there's Tommy and Billy. Billy is Wiccan,
Billy.
and then Tommy has speedster powers. So he's just like Pietro. Yeah.
I think his name is just Speed.
You think it's just Steve? Oh,
Yeah, I
Speed.
think it's Wiccan and Speed.
I thought you said Steve.
Wiccan and Speed. It's
Yeah.
just Esteban. It's just Esteban.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's
You're
bring
right.
it back to the Esteban.
Yep, Wiccan and Speed. You got that. Yeah, and he looks just like Pietro too. He's got white hair and everything.
He does.
And just wears a green and white suit instead of blue and white and silver. So, but yeah. So, and any other thoughts from you guys? Anything else you're thinking?
I like the kids being her thought, because that's sort of the vibe I got when the dog died.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's standing there and she's holding it. It's all wrapped up in the blanket. And the kids are talking about how she can bring him back to life. And she's like, "No, we can't." And it was almost like this inner monologue with herself. Now that you put it like that, it's almost like her sort of talking to herself and being like, "Hey, this isn't working very well anymore. Like, shit's not good. What's up?"
How do you feel about two things? One, her stealing the physical robotic body of Vision from the Sword headquarters and bringing him to life in whatever the thing is. I don't know if we still don't know if she's the one that brought him back to life or some other force. But the stealing of the thing, and then the other one is still we don't know who Ralph is or the missing person story. So I want to get your thoughts on those two things.
Yeah. So, the Vision's body being stolen was definitely, I mean, I said it earlier. She's puppeting him. I had a feeling that we were talking about the real Vision, and then there was the previous episode where she finally saw him with the busted up head and like saw his like white gray face and everything. She saw what he really is, and the illusion started breaking. Now Vision's at the point that when's he gonna realize what he really is? When's he gonna like, you know, reach up and touch his head and it's actually gonna be like a hole there? It's probably gonna happen in some capacity that way, but I think that makes kind of it makes sense with everything else, and also along the same lines of you can't fix death, you can't reverse death. She didn't with Vision. She had a physical body because he's synthetic. She took his physical body. She's puppeting him. It's not
actually bringing back death.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not bringing him back from death.
And that also answers why this is not the same Aaron Taylor Johnson Pietro. This is another Pietro from another universe, because she can't bring her Pietro back. She had to pull a Pietro from another universe, or a Pietro from another universe had to be brought in. So, you know, it kind of also, I mean, we know that we're going to get this Loki series, and that's probably going to follow the Loki that picked up the Space Stone in what we saw was Endgame. So like, that gives us a Loki that's in a universe, but is that even going to be this one? Like, how many universes are we going to start to see across all of the different media that we're getting these shows from? So yeah, that's my thought on the dead Vision body. a long thought. And
at least with the
yeah.
Loki, just to kind of throw a thought into that, at least with that Loki, it was, at least the way that they explained it, the multiverse wasn't exactly present at that time. And it was the events of them knowing, like, that's the whole thing with Doctor Strange. Like, he was trying to keep the universe linear, and it wasn't until things change that it starts to deviate. So at least with Loki, we know it's the same Loki from one point in time, but then that second it created a whole different universe.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at least we know that Loki is the same Loki, but the universe he is residing in now is not the same. And from that moment on, everything just started to fucking branch out.
Oh yeah. And I think the thing with the multiverses in Marvel is that sometimes it is just that one thing is a little bit different. They've done it before where, Steve Rogers gets old instead of, going into the ice or something like that. And that sets off all of these other events happening. So Marvel could have just been basically I think what they want to do is they want to create enough different universes to make Multiverse of Madness make sense. But ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a Secret Wars culmination to all of this, which in the most recent Secret Wars series that they did, because that's another one of those like Marvel, like how we'll bring it up again type of things. But in the most recent one, it revolves around all of the Marvel universes converging on each other and essentially destroying each other, and it ends up standing up to just the Ultimate Universe, which that was a Marvel reboot of their universe back in 2000. Really interesting series. A lot of what we've seen in the MCU is based off of those Marvel characters. And then the classic 616 universe. Those two universes converge on each other, destroy each other. All of life ceases to exist, except in actuality, Doctor Doom has preserved the heroes into what he calls Battle World, which is this planet of just a few different parts of all of the universes. So I'm really hoping that that's what we're going to get out of the Secret Wars series, is it's going to build up to something like that. Because we do know there's going to be a Secret Wars series, right? Was it a series of movies that they announced?
Everyone is kind of jumping into that. Yeah, like, Yep. Yeah. It was a series, I believe.
Yeah. And a series makes sense for something like that. The way I just described it, if they go through a series, is like, oh my God, this universe that we've been wandering is all of a sudden gone. This one's gone. This one's gone. And then it comes together on some sort of convergence. And, the films that end the next, 3 phases or whatever are kind of that Battle World idea, and brings in X-Men and the Fantastic Four and New Avengers and Young Avengers. Then
Earthsea 137.
Yep. C-137. Yep. gotta get our Rick in there.
Yeah.
The Rickest Rick.
The Rickest Rick.
Fuck,
Johnny,
I gotta catch up on that.
John, you have one other question I want to make sure I answer. What was that? What was the second question there?
Oh, Ralph / missing person investigation that Jimmy Woo apparently was really there for. Do you think they're combined, or regardless, what do you think? Who do you think? I mean, if we're off the Mephisto bandwagon, who the fuck is Ralph?
Who's Ralph?
Yeah. I honestly don't know. I didn't give too much. I've given like very little thought to anything.
I mean, it could just be like a running joke. like that name Ralph has been used in, you know, a lot of sitcoms in the past. So it could be like a running joke or something that
Her
she's
husband
always
is named
trying
Ralph.
to reference someone that doesn't exist because she's not really a part of this
Trying to fit
universe
in.
that she's built. Could be that.
I think it might
Could
be
be that.
something like that. The other thing that I just
But
thought
the
of
missing
just now
person
is named Ralph.
Well, I know, but who did Jimmy Woo went there?
I thought you were saying that he went there because there was a missing person.
Well, that's why Jimmy Woo went there looking for someone in the fuck is that? The program, the witness protection program.
Yeah.
And that person disappeared. Yeah. And then suddenly when he got there, the whole town disappeared. So who's that person?
Could it
Mephisto.
Could it be Peter Parker? Peter Parker had to definitely go into hiding at the end of Far From Home.
There we go.
There goes a theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Parker. Tom Holland.
The other thing
is Peter Parker Ralph.
A bunch of people have been Peter Parker is definitely Ralph. He's been married to Agatha Harkness this entire time. No, the Norm, when Vision tapped into Norm's mind, he said something about how he needs to call his sister. She's been looking after my dad or something like that. So we got to imagine that everybody in that town is a missing person of some sort.
Including Pietro?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible
that that's wild.
He might be another real person that's missing. The other thing is we know who some of the people are from everything that we've seen up on the actually no, I was gonna theorize that maybe Agatha was the missing person. But they have her face up there though, right?
Yeah,
They just don't know her name.
Do they?
No,
they don't.
No face up. She's not even on the board.
Okay, so if she's not on the board, then it's possible that maybe she's the missing person. She's going by Agnes in the town, but if it's actually
it's also
Agatha
possible
Harkness,
that they don't even see her. I don't know if they've referenced her
100%
from the outside world.
Right.
Guys,
did Jimmy Woo or what's her face talk about her at all? Like this Agnes character is
anything is possible.
There's so much possibility.
Nothing is impossible.
Especially in that comic book universe.
Yeah.
I mean,
tough. That makes it tough.
They're pulling out all the punches with this one. I think. Like I read something the other day that said this is really like some of the best they've done because it's making us ask so many questions and it's giving us so much and simultaneously so little.
That's not usually a Marvel formula.
Yeah.
Like that's not, when you watch Marvel movies, they're like, "Here it is, stupid. Take it all in." Like this is not. This is not how they do it at all, and it's fucking awesome. Like I said, it reminds me of Watchmen, dude. Like that weird, what the fuck is happening vibe. Something's up. It's going down. Like I fucking love it, dude.
I love it. It's great. Great.
It's gonna be
stuff.
awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. So, by the time people listen to this, the next episode will be tomorrow.
About ready to drop. Yeah, next day.
Tomorrow, very next day.
You guys should be stoked. Tomorrow's the new fucking WandaVision.
Yep.
Fuck.
So
catch up if you're not caught up.
Great conversation.
Great stuff, guys. I thought you were
great.
We'll try to get together and do a reaction episode.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Let's do something like that this weekend.
Pay attention to our socials. We'll let you know if it happens.
For sure.
Facebook Live.
And Steve hopefully
we'll definitely try to rope Steve
so
into it.
we were talking about because it's too late to like do it as an actual podcast release, like a separate release. We can kind of do a little deep dive and maybe even throw it in, because if we record it and make it live, we can throw it into the episode and have that conversation sooner for people who actually care for this stuff, so that it's like right there within a day or two.
It's fresh.
Yeah, it's very fresh in their minds. We just wanted to do something like that. But and we'll definitely let you know, Steve, before we do something like that. But You're used to Zoom. You're used to Zoom. I know you are. So
I know.
we'll be
I
good.
know what to do.
You know what to
I
do.
know how it works.
I know how the
a little
Zooms
bit.
work.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right, but guys, I think unless you have anything else to throw in there, I think we're pretty good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
I
Steve.
love it.
No.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Steve.
of course.
Steve,
Talk to
you're
you
the
guys
man.
later. Oh yeah.
Later.
See you, buddy.
Appreciate that. All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. So a lot of stuff to unpack there because we had a fucking shitload of
We did, yeah.
content. That was 40 minutes with just Steve.
Damn.
Yeah.
Talking about WandaVision. That's great.
I think we definitely need to do a reaction
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, that is the end of the episode. So, as always, thank you for sticking for this long on this episode.
Appreciate
Forget
it.
about it, cuh.
Appreciate it. Y'all stuck with us.
Forget about it, cuz.
Did you hear that, Johnny?
You got one?
No. Yeah.
I said forget about it, cuz.
Nice.
Oh, shit. All right. But, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
As always, please, if you enjoyed this content, if you feel like you know somebody that would enjoy this content, even though you didn't, please follow through and recommend them to this podcast. I never know what to fucking say at the end. But shout out to
I just hype you. I don't know.
I know that's all you
Hype.
guys ever do. Shout out to our affiliate
podcast.
Critical Mask podcast with our boy Rocco.
Rocco.
The Green Room
with the
podcast out in Canada,
Canada.
Toronto. All for one media.
Maple Leaf.
All for one media.
All for
The
one
young
media.
Bulls, they're
I
killing shit
swear.
right now. And if you what else? If
Versatile.
you wanted some Delta 8
Oh,
carts.
Delta 8.
Delta 8.
Delta 8 edibles on the lookout.
That's
Those
true.
are coming soon, dropping. I saw it in the store
Directors
today.
Cut
Did you have the
Liquids.com.
DirectorsCutLiquids.com.
Whew.
Order them
It's a
today.
mouthful.
It'll get dropped off at your house. Don't be stupid.
You'll be high as a mug.
Hell yeah.
You're
So, but guys, everybody, we love you. Peace.
Peace.